Welcome to Guys We Fucked. Guys We Fucked.
Guys We Fucked.
I'm Krystyna. I'm Corinne.
We're
sorry about last night. The anti-slut shaming podcast. I never stop.
Hey, fuckers. How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Guys We Fucked.
It's the anti-slut shaming podcast. I'm Corinne.
I'm Krystyna, and today's news item comes from Broadly. Title of this article: new website offering abortion pills online launches in the U.S. So a new website that provides women with medication abortion pills over the internet launched this week, allowing patients to terminate a pregnancy without having to visit a doctor in person. Women who visit the site, it's called AID Access, AID Access, first receive an online consultation with a doctor who walks them through the process before sending them the abortion pill mifepristone. Mifepristone. I'm gonna butcher that, and I will. And misoprostol by mail. From there, women can administer the pills on their own. AID Access is backed by Rebecca Gomparts, the doctor behind Women on Waves, and a group that brings reproductive health services to women in countries with strict anti-abortion laws via a ship that serves as a portable clinic. And Women on Web, the online medical abortion service she founded in 2005.
Yes.
Abortions via telemedicine has long been popular in countries like Ireland, where abortion was illegal until a recent referendum, as a means by which to obtain an abortion illegally but safely. In the U.S., more than 10 states allow for telemedicine abortions, and Planned Parenthood clinics in those states have expanded access to their patients by giving patients an option of video chatting an abortion provider to receive abortion pills, but they still require patients physically to visit a clinic and have a member of his staff hand over the actual medication. This practice has recently gained more widespread attention in the U.S. amid concern about the future without Roe v. Wade, which reproductive rights activists worry is closer than ever, thanks to good old Brett fucking Kavanaugh, known for his anti-choice record. But medical professionals who advocate for telemedicine abortion say it's not solely a backup plan in the event Roe v. Wade it gets overturned. It's a practical solution to a present where abortion rights don't necessarily equal abortion access for a wide swath of the population. The fact of the matter is, Roe v. Wade has not guaranteed abortion access for many people for a very long time. Yamani Hernandez, the executive director of the National Network of Abortion Funds, a group that helps supplement abortion access, tells Broadly, "We think access to medical abortions is part of a vision for the future where people can have the most access possible. Even with Roe v. Wade on the books," Hernandez explained, "accessing an abortion can be exceptionally difficult for low-income women, women who live in rural areas, or for women who live in states with only one abortion clinic, of which there are 7. Hernandez organization tries to account for these gaps in access, not just by providing women with financial support, but also offering them rides to their clinics if they don't have transportation, or offering them places to stay if their abortion clinic is far away and requires multiple appointments. So sometimes there's mandatory waiting periods. And what that means is if you live in a state where the nearest abortion clinic is 5 hours away, you have to go there, get checked, and if you want the abortion, you have to wait 24 to 48 hours, depending on what the state is, to get the actual abortion. So then you have to pay for a hotel. You have to pay for transportation. You have to somehow find a way to make money in after not being able to work your hourly job because you had to go get a fucking abortion. So while abortion is legal in the United States, it's not really that legal because people are making it very difficult with their trap laws to prevent us from accessing the healthcare that we actually need. So The funding website that I had mentioned, I've actually referred, all of that information is actually in the book, and the Women on Waves organization is in the book, Fucked, Being Sexually Explorative and Self-Confident in a World That's Screwed, because some people have emailed me saying, or Corinne and I, and they're like, hey, I'm 15 and my friend got pregnant and she is too scared to go tell her parents, and Planned Parenthood said she needs permission and that it's $400. She doesn't have the money. So she's running around our middle school's track thing and punching herself in the stomach. What do I do? So, abortion is legal in the United States right now, but the amount of obstacles that some women have to go through to fucking get healthcare that they should be entitled to is ridiculous. So
just another way to hold us back and control us. It's not about life. It's literally about controlling us, because if you're pregnant and you can't make decisions about your own body, the man is still in charge. Also, you mentioned the book. I do want to let you guys know there's a special feminism books promo going on from Monday, November 26th through December 10th, where you can get the ebook of Fucked. You can download the ebook for $1.99.
Damn.
So just keep that in mind. Again, November 26th through December 10th. We'll put it on social media. You should definitely follow us on social media. I'm at Philanthropy Gal.
I'm at Krystyna Hutch.
There you go.
Hey, and is the world getting you down lately? Shit's on fire. And yeah, Democrats took back some of the government, but you know, shit's still not the best. And then you're real stressed about it. And you're like, wow, I feel like I'm going nuts. Well, today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, and it's an online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere and anytime. Can't imagine fitting another appointment into your life? Well, with Talkspace, it's as easy as sending your therapist a little bloop, a little message. No commutes. You don't got to leave your office. Well, you should to go home and sleep. And no one's going to fucking judge you because it's therapy and we all need it. Even if you don't think you have problems, everyone should go to therapy. The Talkspace platform has over 2,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing life challenges that we all face. To match with the perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, you just got to go to Talkspace.com/GWF and use code GWF to get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. That's GWF at Talkspace.com/GWF. Come see us live.
Guys, we are going to be in Winnipeg, Alberta, Canada.
Whoa.
At Rumors 2019. It's Thursday, January 24th through Saturday, January 26th.
It's going to be cold.
4 or 5 shows. Yeah, it's going to be real cold. So we would really appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, the only time I'm going to go outside is to get in the cab to go to the venue. So please come.
Get a hot toddy. Come for some laughs. If you want to find out more information about where we'll be as a duo, you can go to sorryboutlastnightcomedy.com/tours. And again, for singular dates, including dates that we're going to be performing in New York City, separate together, pop-up shows, surprises, butt pics, dog pics, vagina pics. Just kidding. Those aren't allowed. You can go to our Instagrams and Twitters at Krystyna Hutch and at Philanthropy Gal for myself. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Insert movement watches here.
If you're in New York City Saturday, December 1st, come to Glamourpuss. Wendy Starling and I are putting on the December version of Glamourpuss at Zinc Bar. The show's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Doors at 7, 82 West 3rd Street. It's a very cozy-ass fucking jazz bar in the West Village. And there will be wigs and whiskey and a lot of fucking stand-up comedy that will make you LOL.
Hey fuckers, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And we want to thank our first sponsor today, Movement Watches. Founded on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank, Movement Watches are all about looking good while keeping it simple. They don't tell you how many steps you've taken or blow your wrist up with texts. They tell time like timepieces should. Damn, savage Movement. I love Movement watches. They're really cute. And I think people, they are a timepiece. But you don't always need to know the time. We're so obsessed with time. It's just a cool look. It's like, yes, I'm a boss bitch. I have a watch around my wrist. Yeah, it's kind of big. Am I a man? No, I'm a lady. And I like that. It makes me feel sexy. They also make really cool glasses that I personally enjoy very much. Because even though I have LASIK, I still like glasses. I feel like I wore them so long, they're part of my personality. Movement watches start at just $95. Meanwhile, you're looking at $400 for the same quality from a traditional watch brand. It's no wonder Movement has sold almost 2 million watches in over 160 countries. If you need help giving the perfect gift dick this season, no, it's a gift this season, but don't know where to start, the guys over at Movement, and I'm sure ladies too, have your back. That's true. A watch is a great gift to give somebody. It's like, hey, I'm doing well. I got you a fucking watch. And they don't need to know that it was under $100. They did all the hard work, that's Movement, by curating their favorite styles into awesome gift boxes and packages so you don't have to. The boxes are very nice that they come in. It's super impressive. You're like, this is a little hard to get off, but like in a good way. Like, it's like, ooh, it's a little tight. There must be something good inside. So you guys can get 15% off today and more days than that. But you should buy it sooner rather than later so they don't sell out of the awesomest stuff, with free shipping and free returns by going to Movement. And just a reminder, they spell it MVMT. So you're going to go to mvmt.com/GWF. Movement's launching new styles on their site all the time, so make sure to check back. Again, that's Movement, mvmt.com/GWF. Guys, join the movement.
Now that you got your watch, you're going to know it's time to get underwear. Oh boy. Also see myself out. Tackle your holiday shopping and get everything you need for you and your loved ones at MeUndies. MeUndies uses a coveted micromodal fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton. Plus, with 4 different cuts for men and women, you can get a style that is perfectly suited for you. All available in classic colors and adventurous prints. Speaking of prints, Corinne, this holiday season, MeUndies will be releasing a new print every fucking Tuesday. So you can celebrate the holidays right down to your very core. Yeah, your butt. But why stop at undies? MeUndies also offers holiday prints in their lounge pants and onesies, both of which are made from the same micromodal fabric as their underwear. I am currently lounging in a gray pair of MeUndies sweatpants, and I gotta say, they're very fucking comfortable, and they make my butt look great. All their shit, I don't know if it's this micromodal doing that makes the butt look so good, but really, you catch yourself in your own mirror, and you're like, hey, Krystyna, you still got it. My favorite print is holiday plaid, because it makes you think of Santa Claus. And there's nothing I love more than presents. Just presents.
Did you get the onesie?
I didn't get
got
onesies.
the onesie.
I got the pajama pants, the plaid ones.
They didn't ask me. They just sent me a onesie. I guess I have a onesie personality. And they were right.
Hey. Yeah, I can't do onesies because I feel suffocated in them.
They were right. I love a onesie.
And now, Guys We Fuck listeners get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee when you go to MeUndies.com/GWF. This is a no-brainer, you motherfuckers. That's MeUndies.com/GWF.
The next ad is Monster Energy, and there's a specific note that feels like a personal attack that says, read in your natural tone.
Don't read it like this, Queen.
Because it says Monster Energy respects your voice and wants it to shine through. But what if I fucking sound like this?
Because after I drink my Monster Energy drink, I'm so amped.
I do believe we yelled the entire last ad.
Oh, we did.
I thought it was a great artistic choice.
Yeah. Well, I had a fridge full of Monster Energy cafe drinks at my party, and people were drinking them, and they were amped.
Oh, yeah, the energy was electric. Guys, for many of us, the day doesn't start until we get that morning energy boost.
Right?
Not heroin. I'm talking about coffee.
Oh.
Yes. And yes, Queen. And now there's a new way to enjoy your daily cup of joe thanks to Cafe Monster.
Oui, oui.
Available in vanilla, mocha, and salted caramel. Cafe Monster is shaking up the ready-to-drink coffee category with indulgent gourmet coffee that's only 190 calories.
Oh my God, great.
Not to mention, with 150 milligrams of caffeine from coffee beans, B vitamins, and coffee fruit extract, Cafe Monster offers a simplified energy blend that contains a third less sugar than the leading national brand. Listen, you don't need to know what the ingredients are in this shit. Do you want to get fucking pumped? You want to get jacked up?
When you're jacked off your mind?
When you're barely awake and your head's getting off your pillow, are you thinking about fucking carb counting and sugars? No, you're thinking about, how do I get through another day on this planet without blowing my brains out? Okay, and I know that's too hardcore for you, but if that was too hardcore for you,
haven't lived.
You're not a Monster Energy consumer. Okay, you fucking can't handle the truth, and you can't handle Monster if you can't handle that. We know sometimes you need a fucking boost to get yourself out of bed, and if you don't have a dog, this is the only way it's gonna happen. Okay, in fact, if we're still back on the calories, it's 100 few calories it's 100 fewer calories per bottle.
If you did give a shit about
the
that
competition, yeah. Once you're off your roid rage, and then you're like, you know what? I did spend so much time at the gym this week. Maybe I should consider this. Just go take it down a notch because it's 100 fewer calories per bottle than the competition, okay? But you'd never know by tasting it. It does taste good. I don't even like coffee or any of these like fucking shaky things. This actually does taste very good. I've offered it to snooty guests. They haven't thrown it away. It's all been okay. All right. So guys,
throw it away.
You're gonna get the same feel and flavor as your local coffee house. I guess maybe they're serving you just fucking cocaine in a cup too. I don't know what's happening. But you know what? You're going to be awake. You're going to ace that meeting, Terry. Okay? Terry's great because it's
believe in yourself.
Non-gender.
It could be guy or girl.
Yeah, it's not any gender, anyone. If you're identifying as a goat, hey, Terry. And you know what? You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to wait in line, and you're not going to want to wait in line because you're going to be on the go. You're not going to be, honestly, you're not going to be able to wait in any lines because you're going to, if you do, you have to do a slow jog in place because you're going to be so fucking amped after you drink this, okay?
You really will be.
You're going to be fucking amped. What did I like most about the product? that I was amped and it came in a recyclable cup. I did like that.
Yeah. Well, isn't all cans recyclable?
Well, I mean, like if you're going to a coffee place and they give you styrofoam,
you
not
can't
to
recycle
point
that?
fingers. That's bad for the planet.
Oh, okay. Got
But you know what? If you're going to that establishment, you're probably bad for the planet. Just kidding. I like them. I like egg sandwiches. How convenient was it, Monster Energy, you ask in the highlighted thing? It was super convenient because it was literally in my refrigerator. What was less convenient? Giving my doorman 5 boxes of glass that I then had to bring up to my apartment, knowing I broke up with my boyfriend earlier this year. Like a dagger in my goddamn heart, Monster.
Oh, man.
And also, one of my doormen is like 80 years old. He didn't need to lift that shit.
You gotta get a cart. Get a cart.
You gotta leave.
You used a cart, right, to get that up?
No, it was
Girl.
unavailable.
I had to push my Monster Energy cases all the way from the front of my door. I had to push
kicking them?
Yeah, and then I got to the door jam, and I was like,
God.
and it didn't go over, and I flipped it.
Didn't go over the hump.
That's when I realized it was glass.
I mean, I think that if you just know that if someone has a doorman and they're gonna lift it, you gotta leave one Monster Energy taped to the outside of the box so he can drink it and then has the energy. You know, it's like when you give a gift that requires batteries, but then they tape the batteries on the outside.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Cafe Monster. Chill it down, shake it up, enjoy.
I can't wait for next week where the highlighted portion's like, can you not compare our consumers to not narrow them down to strictly suicidal people who just don't have the balls to do it, please?
I just like to push it to see how far we can push it before losing the sponsor. And I mean, I feel like our track record is pretty good. We only left one. It was literally a piece of plastic to take a shit.
And my ex's father, who's in a wheelchair, who has problems with going to the bathroom, and my mom, he had already been using like that item. He like invented it himself, basically. He was like, because it helps with the way your body works. It helps. And I'm like, man, they're trying to be all fucking pioneering with this shit. Meanwhile, I know a guy who's been using a porta potty, whatever the fuck it's called, squatty potty, for like decades.
I used one when I was like 4. I had a lot
of a stool, motherfucker.
Pooping problems. I had to drink a ton of Citracel, and I have a little prunes. I have a little stool with 2 puppies looking at each other, and I used to have to drag it in the bathroom and push those poopies out. Okay, and I turned out fine. So everything's gonna be okay, guys.
You're really gonna poop those.
I pooped it out.
Push those pussies out. Poop those. Oh my god! Push those poopies out with Monster Energy drink.
I'm a great pooper now.
Really?
My ass is like a great location, so everyone just needs to there is hope. It does get better. Okay, guys.
We're recording this a week in advance, so if the world caught on fire, like if more of the world happened, I don't know.
The thing is, we have to give that warning every week, and then every week something bad does happen.
I know, but there was a sketch on SNL this past week, yesterday or 2 nights ago, where it was the Potties, PODDY. It was a podcast award, and they gave.
Oh my god!
There was a podcast award, and part of me, ego, was like, are they gonna fucking spoof guys who fuck? But they picked Dan Savage for the sex podcast. But I was like, you know what? Okay, I get it.
I would die.
Not to say we weren't in the conversation, possibly in my dreams we were, but they had a award category for most jarring transition into an ad read.
Oh my god!
And there was like a murder podcast category, like, and then I went to his house and I realized he was dead. Blue Apron. And I was like, that is hitting my soul.
I know you're not going to see it, so and whatever. This is a spoiler alert for the new Halloween. So if you didn't see it yet, well, it's almost Christmas, so get on it.
Fast forward if you don't want to listen.
It's not a plot point anyway, but just like in the beginning of it, it is two podcasters who are kind of making like a serial, like they're following. Basically, they're trying to chronicle what happened to Michael Myers, the murderer, and it's so funny. But the thing is, it's like they kind of look like the characters in that Portlandia sketch, where they're just like, it's just literally like the one girl on sound and then the other guy following around with a microphone. And then when it was revealed that they were doing a podcast, because she was like, yeah, we're here for a podcast, when they're trying to get into Jamie Lee Curtis's house through a gate, and then she's like, no, radio show.
And Jamie Lee Curtis was like, wow, everyone has a podcast these days.
It was very funny.
Something else.
The only difference was that podcast had a $3,000 budget to get into Jamie Lee Curtis's house to lure her in. So that was interesting. Must be nice. Must be nice.
How you doing? Pushing those poopies out.
I am pushing the poopies out. Thank you. They've been coming out.
Funny word.
Pretty good. Well, last week we were talking about health on last week's episode in the intro, which we definitely didn't also record today. So
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I had to find this email. And I've been talking like kind of in and out like about like trying to lose weight to no avail over the course of this year, and also like just feeling like shit in general. I've had a really
You've
bad.
not been feeling well lately.
I've had a really bad like year of health, but it's like also like for me, anytime I feel sick, which is like I'm very lucky, it's very few and far between. Like it was literally years ago, but it's never something that can be done. It's literally always a mystery illness. There was one time in the 5th grade when I just couldn't walk for a month, and like my hip was like locked, and I got stuck at a turkey tray in the seat, and someone had to carry me out. Okay, so I just have a lot of weird illnesses.
Wait. No one figured out what it was.
Nope, still it just went away. It just couldn't move. I couldn't move my leg. I was out of like school for like a week. In 1st grade I had salmonella. Where from? I don't know why. But I had a fucking IV, and I was like so pale. I mean,
I probably loved it though.
I did. I mean, it was a look, but you know.
Wow, yeah, you have some mystery illnesses.
It's always a mystery, and so it's been a mystery this year. And again, just like I know my body, and then everyone's like, "You're just old. That's why you can't lose weight." I'm like, no, that's not there's an issue, and so I finally was able to, I got insurance this year, and I was able to go to like a real like nice doctor, and who also has a nutritionist there. And so between them, it's still not fully solved. I still don't feel 100% great, but it's like better. It was just so nice after all these fucking things of like people being like, you're old, or like just love your body, or like just have more confidence. And to me, I'm like body positivity like can kill people if you have that kind of like passive, just like accepting everything attitude. And I'm not talking about like, I mean, there's different things, but like just my thing is like, your body. So I knew my body. It wasn't like that I couldn't accept being heavier than I wanted to be.
You were trying to crack the code of what's going to take
for me to lose weight. It said there was something wrong, and I knew it.
Yeah.
And of course I was right. And it was just really nice to walk, because I walked into this endocrinologist's office, and it was really nice after months and months to just hear someone say, we're going to figure out what's wrong with you, and we're going to help you. That's literally the first few things he said to me. And I was like so moved. I almost cried because it had just been months and months of people giving me these dipshit emotion-based fucking think pieces as a response. And I was like, this is medical. It's not about your mug from Forever 21. Okay.
They sell mugs.
Every fucking bathing suit body is a bathing suit. We got that. Every fucking keychain. I've heard it. I'm not talking to you. Okay.
Corinne, you just need to feel
want to be fat, I really don't care. I don't care. I was talking about me, okay? Me. And so basically, and I mean, on top of it, I also was fucking tired all the time. I was taking like 3-hour naps. You know me, I usually keep going like 4 hours a day. Just exhausted all the time. And I was like, what is happening?
You seem energized today.
So, because I'm fucking riled up, but that's because I was researching conspiracy theories all night. I'm actually exhausted. I only slept for a couple hours.
Oh, damn.
But I have like an insulin problem, which obviously like I don't have diabetes, but it's like, because people are like, oh, do you have like a gluten intolerance? No, like I just have a problem with insulin. Whereas like if I eat like a piece of bread, it's like me like pouring an entire bucket of like sugar in my mouth.
Like
Something like that.
Your body doesn't process it.
So
sugar.
I was just like, it's just something to think of, because I was like, in healthy people, basically, you eat something with carbs, your digestive system breaks it down into glucose, and that's a carbohydrate that you store. And you're gonna use it later. You either use it as energy or you store it as fat. And then your blood sugar temporarily rises as the glucose enters the bloodstream. And then insulin, which is produced in the pancreas, shows up to take the glucose out of the bloodstream and store it somewhere else, typically the muscles, liver, and or fat tissue for future use. And then later in the day, when you need some energy, it's gonna use up that stored glucose. That's why, runners will like carb, eat a really carb heavy meal before a marathon or something.
Yeah.
So, but it's someone like me who has insulin resistance. What happens is when insulin tries to store glucose, the rest of my body resists the signal and it won't let the glucose in. So then I just have glucose running through my bloodstream.
That's why you're tired.
So it's number one, super fucking dangerous, and number two, it just gets stored as plain old fat, not energy.
Right.
So instead of me being able to eat like a piece of wheat bread and then being like going on a run, I'm like, man, I feel wrong. So like I'm tired because I'm not getting the nutrients, and then on top of it, it's storing fat, which is like basically I'm like leaking off fat right now, and like just like a lot of pounds, like more than a normal person would lose, but it's because I've been working out so long. Because I did like literally all these tests. There's tubes in my nose, and he was like, your metabolism is incredibly high. He's like, it's probably because, as you said, you've been well, he's like, it's because I told him, I was like, I'm working out like 12 hours a week, and he's like, okay, well, I can see that. He's like, your metabolism is super high, especially for like your age, and he's like, that's working great. And so he's like, he's like, that's one of the problems. So I just like had all this fat on top of my fucking muscle,
right?
And he was like another problem that I see. He's like, you're running on pure adrenaline, and I go, well, what does that mean? I was like, what is
Cafe Monster?
I was like, what are you supposed to be running off of? And he's like, food. So basically, for like a year, I was not like getting half of the nutrients from the food I was eating. I was truly just running off of adrenaline, which then caused...
That's exhausting for your body.
And then caused, like, there's another thing, I forgot the name of it, but it's like basically it's like a stress detector in your body. And that was like fucking skyrocketing because I was having to like amp myself up. And I don't even drink coffee, so I don't even know how I was getting through, like...
You were really tired. You've been tired.
I was just like fucking like through everything.
Yeah.
And so I still feel like questionable, and like I don't have like a lot of appetite, but I mean at least I can like get through a fucking day, which is nice. So anyway, the point of this was, number one, to close up the reality saga of my health problems of this year, which I've been vague about, and then number two, to be like, it's great to love your body and to just accept it as it is, but also if you think something is wrong, like go see a doctor. So this is 2 stories 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Frank's story last week, my story this week. Like, you know your body best. You are not a doctor, but probably, maybe you are, but you know your body best, and like go get a second opinion. Fucking you just know, especially women, we're silenced so much, and it's not just with reproductive stuff. And I feel like, especially in this day and age, people are so close, like just like shutting down like discussions about weight. But it's like, if you think your weight is connected to a health problem, as I knew mine was, and I am fucking cocky about this because this is a whole year, and fuck everyone who said that it wasn't. I was
Corinne, maybe if you just believed in yourself more, you'd feel better.
Angry.
Yeah, that's really infuriating. And there's so many examples of technically overweight people that are yoga instructors and that fucking work and feel great and they're energetic, so they're healthy. Like their bodies are functioning the way they need their bodies to function.
Most of that stuff is either like something is wrong with like your endocrine system, or it's also just in America and our fucking processed foods is a huge problem.
But yeah.
So that's that, everybody.
Well, good. I'm glad you figured it out.
Thank you.
That's got to be
well,
frustrating.
it's not completely figured out, but it's
at least on the way.
It's on the up and up.
That's exciting to have some, because I remember for a long time you just wanted one fucking even little answer. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? And also, like, just he is a straight white man, and I
Who?
was like, the guy, my doctor.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, there are ways that I was just like, I feel like there's just every week we just hate it. Not not on this podcast, just in general.
Yeah,
and I was like,
the
you know
media.
what? A lot of women told me bullshit, and then a man was like, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
And that is what I would have loved to hear since day one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Believe
you.
women.
Yeah, fucking.
I mean, it does really go.
Seriously.
It works across the
It
board.
works in various situations.
You know?
Cool. That's good. You want to get on to the interview?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
This is interesting. A lot of you guys have been have emailed us over the years looking for a conversation about disabilities and sex. We totally agree with you. And there's a wonderful comedian that we know. He's a stand-up comedian, and he has the guy, my doctor.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, there are ways that I was just like, I feel like there's just every week we just hate it. Not not on this podcast, just in general.
Yeah,
and I was like,
the
you know
media.
what? A lot of women told me bullshit, and then a man was like, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
And that is what I would have loved to hear since day one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Believe
you.
women.
Yeah, fucking.
I mean, it does really go.
Seriously.
It works across the
It
board.
works in various situations.
You know?
Cool. That's good. You want to get on to the interview?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
This is interesting. A lot of you guys have been have emailed us over the years looking for a conversation about disabilities and sex. We totally agree with you. And there's a wonderful comedian that we know. He's a stand-up comedian, and he has a web series called Hand Jobs. He is also disabled. So yeah, you got it, guys. We're gonna have a conversation. It's gonna be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chris Crespo.
I don't know. It's just this level of honesty that someone can be with themselves that I really appreciated. So I don't know if you were always
No, I didn't start
into
out
talking
that way.
about it. Yeah.
No, I did not start out that way. I started out doing like very Jesselnick style jokes about like very dark. Yeah, I did one cripple joke in the beginning because I was like, give them something, and then went into like this whole tirade of how I like murdered people or my ex-wife and drowned my children because I tried to save them with CPR and all this stupid shit that wasn't true. And then all of a sudden it was like, it got to a point where I was just like, I kind of exercised those demons.
Yeah.
And then I was just in a period of just, I had nothing. Like I had nothing in terms of writing. Mm-hmm. And then I was hanging out with David Spector in a Chinese restaurant. He's like, you have all these interesting stories of how you like tried to be an EMT or you wanted to be a fireman when you were little. Why don't you try those and see what happens? And I was like, all right, he's got a point. So I went up there and I did a joke about me wanting to be a fireman, and that crushed. But it started, that was like the kickoff to like me going, okay, I have something here. Let me just try and go a little further. And it was more internal.
Yeah, so I feel like comics, you want the unique thing, and you got to hone in on that. So that's,
Right. And just because obviously this is a podcast, people can't see you. Everyone's not Googling everyone. I think it's good to start at the beginning for you. So like, I mean, obviously we could see, but like you talk about your disability, like how did it happen? What's,
your name? What's
you were born this way? Yeah. Well, let's just go through the whole thing.
I had a very crazy ex-wife. No. No.
Chopped off your arms.
Yeah, it was very slasher filmy. No, I was born with a birth defect where I don't have any forearms, so it's, and if you Google me, the first picture you're going to see is me reading A Farewell to Arms, and I'm like, that's it.
And so you only know what it's like to grow up as you, but what was that experience like? What did your parents tell you? Were kids assholes? Or
kids
did you
are
have to learn?
assholes.
I mean, kids are always assholes. Were they extra assholey, or were they like cool? Because we had like one people like in my elementary school. This one woman, this girl was really severely disabled in a wheelchair, and but she like everyone like we kind of I don't know.
Well, it
was
depends. I feel like it's either
either
people
go one
are
way or the other.
assholes or they pander.
Yep.
Like there was a little person in our school and she was a real bitch, but everyone was nice to her. And I was like, no one would even talk to you if you weren't a little person because you're such an asshole.
Yeah.
And it was obvious.
There's only two types of cripples: the ones that pander, and then the ones that don't pander and just want to be treated normally.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean people the people who were not
Around them.
disabled pandered to her.
Well, yeah, that's you. I get that too.
Right. Yeah. And I mean
Like-
like that must be even more it's like as a comic I would find that more annoying probably.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you're just like, all right, dude, I get it. Like, go away.
Yeah.
Do you need help?
Oh, I get that all the time, but sometimes I'm so lazy. I'm like, yeah, take all of my shit and drag it up this flight of stairs, bitch, and don't stop until you reach the 5th floor.
I'm on the 4th, but that doesn't matter.
That's exactly right. Oh, wait, I forgot. We got to go back downstairs because I
Yeah.
left my newspaper on the doorway.
Yeah, I would imagine that I would probably want to just see how far I could take people's kindness.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
I have.
What's like the surprise you've been by how willing someone was to help you for either a length of time or the extremity of the help or what?
Burying a body. That is the.
I was gonna be like, whoa, this podcast took a turn.
No, I'm fine. They never found it. No, the big one. I think just the grocery stuff because I was like, all right, I'm tired. I don't want to carry this stuff. Here, take it to the car.
Yeah.
And then I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
That was like the most, but I don't like doing that because I have very much like it kind of eats me a little bit, and I'm a little bit embarrassed. So
When
I'm
people
like,
help?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. Well,
Unless
you can help yourself. Like I feel like probably more than people assume you can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very self-aware and not. I don't want to have that, you know. I want to be able to just like do something and then just like literally move on to something else. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't like going, hey, help me out here, and every 5 seconds just help me with this and help me with that. You learn as a kid growing up disabled. You learn like you gotta know when to ask for help and when to just shut it.
Yeah.
Because then people get tired of that shit real quick, and then you're gonna know immediately, you know, who really wants to pander and who does not want
How do you
to
mean?
pander. Well, when you're a kid, like when I was a kid, I used to ask for help all the time for every little thing, and it got to a point where my classmates would just be like, "I'm not helping you anymore," and then the teachers were like, "I'm not helping you anymore," and they kind of, it's like, "Oh, I can't just do that all the time," you know. It's like a cause and effect kind of thing.
And did you find that you could help yourself more than you realized?
Yeah, when I started really actively doing that in school, but that's like grade school shit.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
You realize you grow out of that. Mm-hmm. But then when I was in high school and college, it was like I had to get my, you know, I started getting my winter clothes tailored around the end of high school, early college, and I didn't know how expensive that was going to be until I actually did it. Because like when you buy a winter coat, right, it's like what, like $200 or $300.
Like a nice one, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to go to when I go to that, I have to then spend an additional like $150 to $200 to get it tailored to make sure that the arms are shorter, that this is like that the lining isn't fucked up.
Right.
All that has to be like pristine. And then it's not just that. It's not just the jacket. It's all the sweaters. It's all the fleeces and hoodies.
All your clothes, right?
All those clothes in the winter just pile up. So whenever something's broken in the winter stuff that I have, it is like, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to spend $400 probably.
Jesus.
Just to get that repaired. It's a bitch. I hate the winter
Yeah.
so much.
Fuck. And that in what other ways you have to is your life, you have to like alter the way that you live your life because of your disability?
Not that much other than the clothes, because like I can feed myself fine, I can dress myself fine, I can shower fine, everything's fine. It's just clothing. Layers are a bitch sometimes, but other than that, it's pretty much I can do everything else.
Do you have a regular like zipper on your coat, or
I do have a zipper on the coat, but I never use it. The only time I use it is on the raincoat, but I'm gonna have that tailored to get that out and put the buttons
Oh, okay.
on
Yeah.
it, so that way.
So buttons are easier
like
than
the
a
push
zip.
buttons.
Oh, okay. Snaps. Okay.
The snaps. I'm sorry.
Got it.
I don't know that.
Well, because I was just like, sometimes the things that you do physically I just amaze me. Like I remember the first time I saw you pick up a microphone, like just effortlessly. I was like, I just have regular hands and I truly drop it. Like I drop the mic sometimes. So, I mean, and so are your parents are not disabled?
No. Neither are my brothers. I'm the only one.
And did is it something that's like common? Did something happen when you were in the womb? Is it just a chance thing that could happen to anybody?
I guess it's a chance thing. It's a birth defect.
You never looked at
I never really know where birth defects come from, because you can have a birth defect in your
womb?
heart, a birth defect. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
They develop in the womb, and then whatever happens.
But like
happens.
sometimes
Like
it could be like, you know,
genes?
fetal alcohol syndrome, or like
Right.
something could have happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know. My mom said she had a fine pregnancy, nothing too crazy, but you know, she had moments, because my dad was abusive, so it wasn't like something that was, you know, I always assumed, but my mom was like, nah, that's not how. But I did hear this one time where my mom had to sleep on a mattress because my dad's mom, my grandmother, wanted to sleep on the bed. That was
With
the
your
only thing.
dad?
No.
Oh.
Just on a bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's shitty.
Yeah.
Are your parents still together?
No.
Oh, that's probably for the
No.
best. When did
Yeah.
they separate?
Divorce was in 97, 98.
Okay, so a while back.
And then the full ramifications of all that was like in 03, 04. And
Okay.
Then it was like a long, arduous project. I miss...
Arduous.
Yeah. God damn it. The whole process was like almost 10 years.
Oh,
Because my dad
shit.
dragged out a divorce like crazy.
Do you still talk to him?
No.
Yeah,
No.
he's an asshole.
Yeah, he's a real prick.
What? Just anger problems? Is he an alcoholic? Does he drug? Does he?
He's more of he's an alcoholic, but he's also a very violent individual. So he's not gonna hold back on hitting you.
Oh, so you got beat
Well,
as a kid?
yeah, and also my mom would get beat mostly.
Oh, so you fucking see that?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
2 brothers.
You said, because as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And so they were all what's the ages?
We're all a year apart.
Okay.
So I'm the
Okay.
oldest, and then
So they're
my
pretty
brother
close.
AJ, and then Bobby.
And are you guys close? Did you guys like bond, or do you get to talk to your siblings about that
No,
chaos?
We don't talk about it. We're pretty okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing crazy. We're not like super close, but we're not like so far away.
Yeah.
You know?
And have you ever talked to your mom about it? Or did she ever talk to you about it?
Sparingly. I don't like talking about it because it is her thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of let her have her privacy with it, and
That's
then
nice.
I will ask certain times, but I'm not really pressing on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something you want to press on either.
Yeah, because her comfort
know.
level, that's really the main concern there.
That's
so,
really it.
So, okay, let's talk, because this is a sex podcast.
Yay.
Sexuality, sex, fucking, jerking off, boners.
Wow.
When did you first get a boner? And yeah, tell me about sex.
I don't remember my first boner. That's really long ago.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
What were you taught about sex?
Not much. Just by porn. That's all I really... I'm not like here's the thing, like I don't know. I kind of grew up kind of jealous a little bit of the other guys because they can get whatever girl they wanted, and then I was like, you know, but I didn't really know how to get a girl in my own way for a while, so it was like I was trying to be like the nice guy, which is like the dumbest move I could have gone, but it was
Really?
like it's not, that doesn't normally work.
Yeah,
That's
because
the problem.
then people will walk all over. People can walk all over you,
Yeah,
or
you're
lose
the-
respect for you, even though they want a nice person. But
You're the carpet until
Yeah.
you stand up for yourself, and then it's like, oh wait, noticed, and then it's like, oh, then you're just like, oh, okay, well, that kind of thing. I was the nice guy for a while, and I don't know, that was my angle for a bit, and then it just kind of.
It's always good to be nice with it because it's
With
your
an
angle.
Yes, damn it.
Genuinely nice with
But
an
you
angle.
have to be nice until it doesn't work, and then you're like, all right, fuck this shit, and walk away, and then it's like, no, wait, come back.
Well, do you feel like you are a nice person naturally, though, or no?
I feel like I'm a nice guy, but it's just like I try to be like a nice guy, like in terms of like not making huge mistakes or something like that, you know?
What do you mean? Like treating people kindly? Or...
Yeah, I don't want to be a dick for no reason. Like, I'd rather be a good person and not have a problem.
Yeah.
I meant like dating wise. I didn't mean like in general. Like,
Yeah.
No, we know. Yeah, we get it.
Okay. Because I'm like,
I was kind to anyone who crossed my path.
Yeah.
No one's got the energy for that.
yeah, I'm not that saintly. I've had problems, but you know, it's just what it is. It's like I don't know. I try to be as nice to everybody as they are to me.
Yeah.
I don't care if people have a problem with me or whatever. It's not my thing, and then I just let it go.
So how did dating go for you? When did you start entering the dating scene or being interested in dating?
I don't know.
What's that arc like for you?
My arc, like for dating.
Yeah, your dating life. What's the history?
I've had a lot of, you know, going back, like I've had a lot of false starts, and like I would go out and I'll take a girl out to like a movie or something, and it was like I thought it was a date, but she was like, "Oh, this is great, buddy," and I'm like, "Oh,
buddy."
Yeah.
Oh, the word buddy.
I got the buddy. I got bro a lot. I got all this, and I was like,
bro.
damn.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Buddy's a little condescending.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it is what it is. It was like, all right, I kept messing up, and you know, it's one of those things where you keep messing up and you keep fucking up until you just like you don't care anymore, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do me.
Yeah, you're just gonna be yourself.
And then that's when it started working. But other than that, it was just like that's how I really started. I don't know, I didn't date that much in high school.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I wanted to graduate early, and then I met a high school sweetheart, and then we dated for a little while, and then that was it when I went to college.
So you broke up when you went to college?
I wanted to keep it going, but she was just like, you know, it's done. And I was like, okay. But, you know, I had my problems then, and then I kind of went into a little depression.
What were your problems?
Well, I really wanted to stay in the relationship, and then she just didn't.
Yeah.
It was just a natural thing. It was just like,
and no one being on that end of it is fucking terrible. I've been on that. It just feels like ass. You feel like shit.
Yeah, it's not that kind of, you know. But then after a while, I was trying to get with this one girl, didn't work out, and then it was like constantly like, at that point I was like on dating apps, which at the time I just felt like I just didn't want to be on it, but at the same time I was just like, let's see what I can do, you know, let's see if I can get any dates. I got a few dates, a lot of false starts, you know.
What do you mean by false starts?
Like I would go on a date, or like I would ask a girl out and she'd be like, yeah, I'm not interested. Or like I'd go on like 1 or 2 dates with one girl, and then it was just like ghosted. And then it was like a lot of that for a while. And then it was like, well, why am I even looking? You know what I'm saying? Why am I even going? You know, and a lot of it is, you know, part of that is like my own insecurities, because like body issue wise and all that other stuff. You do start thinking like, well, is it my body? Is it because they think it's a thing? Do they think it's like I've had this question before, is like, is your disability like transferable? And that's, you know, I dated an ex, one of my ex-girlfriends was a nurse, and she goes, of course that's a stupid question. It's not going to happen. But it was just like, you know.
So wait, like there are like transferable, I mean, to them, or to like if you had kids?
Yeah, we had kids.
Oh, because I was like, that's like starting so.
That's a real intense. Yeah,
that's a very intense question right out of the gate.
Oh yeah, right out of the gate. I've had that on my first date.
First date.
Wait, question.
The girl asked you, "Is your disability able to be passed on?"
Yeah.
Did you leave after that? Jesus Christ.
Nope.
How did that make you feel, though? I don't want to put feelings in your mouth. How did that make you feel when she asked that?
I don't want kids, so I was like, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't really care.
Yeah. That's just an odd fucking thing to ask on the first date.
Well, I've had weird questions, and then it's like
what are some weird ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, like fisting questions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, how insensitive ones, or I mean, that seems like an insensitive thing to fucking breach the first goddamn date, but I don't know how, like, what kind of questions?
I'm a guy. I can't really like get insensitive about questions.
Yeah, but like, okay, so you weren't. Yeah.
I was just like, all right, cool, that's great.
What did the girl ask you about, specifically about fisting? Like, do you fist?
Well, she was interested in doing it, and then I was like, I just was like, you know, this could probably kill you, but I'll sign a waiver, so if you die, I'm not.
You think you could kill her with your arm?
This could probably break a pelvis. I'm not even
Yeah?
kidding.
Yeah. Well, you also have a different level of strength in your upper arm, I would guess,
I
than your
guess.
forearm.
I
Well,
mean,
I
it
don't
just
know.
seems
I don't
like
know
a
that shit
fucking
works.
weird. Like out of all, there's not that many gals who are into fisting, and so
Yeah.
it
I
feels.
only got asked that 3 times.
But that feels like a like just mathematically for how long we've been talking about sex. That feels like an asshole question to ask someone with no
Yeah.
hands. I just never. I mean, I've literally never been asked about fisting, and I'm like a huge whore. So I mean, that's why I'm like, what? It's just like a fucking weird question. Or just people trying to be funny and they're not funny. I don't know.
I don't
I mean,
know.
or if they are funny, that's fine. But
I mean, I don't know. This was before comedy. So,
well, I mean,
okay.
but yeah, I'm still sure you still had a sense of humor.
well, yeah, but I really, I don't know. I didn't really believe I was funny until like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That
What
was
happened to make you think, oh, maybe I should go in this direction?
Oh, I was unemployed for a while, and then I just started.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. It was like I was unemployed before I started doing comedy, and then I was watching stand-up comedy to cheer me up, and then I thought, oh, maybe I can do this, and I can do it.
Yeah.
And I saw a really bad special on Comedy Central, and I was like, oh, I could do better.
Yeah.
And then that sort of that idea of I can do better, like, led to the actual, like, me buying a notebook and
Yeah.
writing jokes and all that stuff. But now that I'm unemployed, it's slasher films, just watching teenagers after teenagers get brutally murdered. And I'm like, why?
So you might be a murderer next.
Maybe.
I could murder better.
Okay. I'll let you do it.
So, okay. So when have you been in relationships?
Yeah, I've been in relationships.
And how do you what are the conversations like when is the disability something that gets discussed right off the bat by you, by her? How does it like come up? Because we have a lot of listeners with disabilities, and we've been wanting to have somebody on to speak towards this, because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't fucking know, and I don't want to put words in somebody else's experience. So how do you breach the subject? And is it comfortable for you? Is it uncomfortable?
No, it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The few relationships that I've had, it's mostly unspoken about. Like we have an understanding of, like, I'm different and it's gonna take some time with certain stuff.
Yeah.
I try to do things. I don't know. I try to be more relationship oriented, but I'm very much a guy that's like focused on what I want to move forward in, you know? So, like, in my last relationship, I felt like, you know, I really wanted a relationship personally, but it was also like I had to deal with comedy. So it was this struggle of, like, how do I make her happy and then make comedy happy and then marry, like, the two things, which was a problem for me because I never had to deal with comedy plus relationship before. And then, you know, we had a discussion about, like, when, like, she asked me one time, she was like, well, what happens, you know, if you lose your job? It's not as easy as, like, you going to work and then finding something. Because my ex was also, like, a mom. So it was like, she was very concerned about, like, what can I bring to the table? And then she's like, you're just a comic, and then you're trying to do this, and you're a substitute teacher at the time. So it's like, you're not making money, you're not financially secure. And I was like, you knew that going in.
Yeah, and the comic, any
that
type of
going
artist is going to have that situation.
Any
for a while.
artist. But it's like, I kind of understood. And then that kind of, when we broke up, that kind of made me realize, like, okay, I guess having a relationship isn't the priority because I'm not there to deliver what the other half wants. Which
Well,
is what,
mom is also. I mean, that's a more complicated
That's more
person
demanding too.
to date in general. So wait, how did you meet her?
online, the same way with the other girls.
On a date on the dating a dating website?
Which dating apps like do you
I
like
use
using?
Tinder and OkCupid.
Oh, I was on. Yeah. Okay.
And so it's just like a photo of you, and do you like say like I have a birth defect? Do you just like to let the picture speak for itself?
I put the photos that I have are me reading a farewell to arms,
so fucking funny.
me getting stuck with a finger trap, me trying to saw off Daniel Parafan's arms at Freaking Cave.
Yeah.
What else do I have? I have a bunch more. I have like one where I did a skit where they taped like the kitchen utensils on me so I can cut a pepper.
Yeah.
And I have that on there. So I have all these gags.
He made you into like an Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I actually love that movie. Which
Yeah.
is very, it's very like, oh, of course you would love that movie.
Disabled man's choice movie.
What an amazing pick. Who knew you would like that movie?
Yeah.
But it's those images. So that way it's like they know I have a sense of humor about it. So it's not, I don't have to explain like, hey, you don't have to be weirded out.
Yeah.
Just right. Probably not going to finger you.
Yep.
What things do you do sexually? Like, what is there anything you can't do, or what things what is your sex life like? Like jerking off? Like, how does that?
I'm pretty much like, yeah, I jerk off frequently, but that's normally what I do. And then
that's what you do with your time, just jerk off.
Yeah, just jerk off and play video games and call it.
Do you jerk off with one hand or two, or like one arm or two?
It's like an otter trying to feed on his stomach.
I wish I knew what. Oh wait, so
it's
an
like
otter
two
tried
hands.
to. Wait, what?
It's like two hands.
Because I was like, wait, are you just rubbing your dick against it? Like I was like, I don't have enough information about otters to get a visual from that.
They eat food off their stomach.
Yeah.
Like this? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. They're like bent
okay.
Just gotta aim away.
Well, because I just didn't even know if it would reach. Right.
Yeah, I can reach.
Okay. Well, because my arms are, because I was like, I would be fucked. I can't reach my vagina with my upper arm. No chance.
It would be with your elbow.
Right. Even still.
Ooh, elbow feels better.
Look how hard that would go. That's like, I could barely make it.
I could get right in there.
My arms are super short though.
Kristen wins.
Krystyna. Yeah.
So your first time having sex, were you?
All right. This is
walk us
really
through?
okay. I think it was with my high school sweetheart, and we were watching Apocalypse Now.
Aw, so
Yeah,
90s.
It was the scene where Willard goes into the village that's being raided. So it's all this chaotic shit, and then we just started doing it there, and then we went back to her place, and we did it again watching Moulin Rouge.
Ooh,
Yeah. From
that
like
early 2000s sexy film.
Yeah, she liked it, and I liked the movie too, but it was just, it happened that way. What's weird is that every other sexual experience that I've had is either we're watching TV or the TV led to sex. Which is, I don't know why that's the case. I don't know.
Good transition sometimes.
It is.
Makes people feel comfortable.
Is it like the first time that you're with somebody, or every time you're with somebody, the TV is?
No,
comes
just
first.
the first couple times.
Yeah.
And it's,
That's happened to me, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's just like eases the tension. I had a guy over and I was like, "You like stand up? Who's your favorite?" Chappelle. Okay, I'll put it on. And then we just watched that awkwardly, and then finally he made a move after I fucking.
Yeah, like, are you aggressive? Do you make the first move? Do you wait for the other person to make the first move?
I lean in, and then I'll make if she makes the first move, I'm cool with it. And then I'll make the first move. If something happens, it happens. If not, I'm like, okay.
Have you ever had like your advances pawed away, like just like?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with no verbal, or because I feel like sometimes I think some women have that it's a hurdle for them to advocate for themselves because they never were taught how, or thought that was like shitty or made them difficult or whatever. So but when you have those instances, do you talk about them, or are you just like, oh, okay,
Well,
I guess we're gonna let's keep watching TV.
Well, yeah, if a woman pulls back, I know, like, okay, don't go any further, pause, don't lean in.
Yeah. Do you talk about it, or do you just like kind of like, okay, well that passed,
No,
so we're gonna.
I don't. You talk about it, it's awkward, and then that whole thing is just like crash. Then you have to build that up again, and that's even harder. That's more awkward. That's like, hey, remember when I tried to make that move like 5 minutes ago?
That's where I'm bad.
You think you're ready now after 5 minutes?
Well, no, does she talk about it? Like,
If she talks about it, she talks about it. If not, I'm cool with just watching TV.
Just we'll continue watching it.
You know, I can't be that guy that opens it like, you think you're ready now, and it's just like,
well, yeah, no one, that's a fucking
You should just get up and leave next time.
Just get up and leave.
Yeah, just leave your own.
Like,
if you're in your own home,
You're like, well, this is what I came for.
leave your own home.
Yeah, just leave it. Just get the fuck. I'm getting out. I'm getting out of here.
Is there anything you wish more people would know about you specifically, or people with disabilities, or treating like the way you are treated, or the way I know I had this is the only personal experience I have, but like my ex's father was in a wheelchair, and we would always go to theme parks and he had a great sense of humor about being in a wheelchair, and he's like, yeah, we'll fucking ride all the rides first, and then we'll just go home at like 4 because we've already gone on all the roller coasters. But I looked at him, I was like, when we got like the pass, the tickets for him, no one looked him in the eye. Like no one, like when we were like, oh, okay, yeah, this is Jim, he's gonna be whatever, and they would always look at his wife or Steven or me, and like they wouldn't look at him, but they would talk about him like right in front of him, and it was this weird thing. And one day I brought it up to him, like, dude, no one looks you in the eyes. Like, it's so fucking annoying. And I don't know, is there anything that you experience? What are they?
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
And especially in dates, and that gets really awkward really fast.
People don't look you in the eye?
Well, waitresses don't look me in the eye. People stare. So a lot of dates, I feel like I haven't been able, like, part of it is me, but it's also like my self-conscious early on. But like I've noticed more and more, like girls get very uncomfortable, like if we go to public places and people stare immediately. So it's like, what? I still don't know how how do I handle that?
Yeah.
Because some girls like public display of affection, like holding hands and stuff, and some girls don't. And I don't know like what level she's okay with. And then also like I don't want to like have her hold my hand when like she's awkward with like all the other people staring.
Right.
Because that is a factor that my ex kind of had to think about it, because she's like, every time we go out, people always stare. I'm like, you're going to have to get used to that for as long as we date. Forever.
Yeah.
Until you dump me.
I mean, it's just like comments. I mean, honestly, like, you know, it's like anyone over the age of like 22, I would think would just know that. I mean, like, I would just know if I'm going on a date, people are going to look, okay, whatever, move on with your, it's like people,
you just have to
it's not always with hate in their heart. I mean, people just look at, and I look at, you know, everyone looks at like to see, it's just something different. You see it, you look at, you take it in, and you go, okay, that's that.
And you move on.
You move on with your life.
Yeah. Yep.
But do you get like sideways comments? Do you get things said to you that you're
no
like,
sideways comments yet? Good. I feel like that's gonna come soon.
Oh,
Why
really?
soon though? If it hasn't come yet?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never gotten it, but if I ever did get it, I'm like, I have to be prepared for that. But
oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like you know.
You also don't want to like live in like anticipation that everyone's gonna be an
exactly.
asshole. So and that's a
another
fucking
thing.
bitter thing to like live with, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
No.
Okay.
I'm very much laissez-faire about it. Like I don't care about my disability, and I honestly like I have speaking before with like people not looking at you when they're talking to you. Like I've had that before, and I had that at Six Flags recently. But that was another awkward situation that was really funny for me.
Well, that's interesting because Steven's father would like, and sometimes I've been there when people ask what happened, and he got hit by a car when he was biking to this fried chicken restaurant to meet Steven's mom and Steven and his sister. So people ask him, and he'd be like, yeah, I got hit on the way to this chicken restaurant, and the chicken's so good, I still go there. And like he'll go into the story, and it makes the people so uncomfortable, and he like revels in that. And that was such a joyful thing to witness for him, because he was like, it was really funny. Like he enjoyed it because they were fucking inquiring. So you want the truth? Here's the fucking truth, you know?
What happened at Six Flags for you?
Oh, they changed their policy for disabled people. So I brought all these guys, like all these comics, over to Six Flags to ride all these rides and shit.
Can't get as many people on.
Nope. Not only that,
4, I think.
I'm too crippled for the rides at Six Flags, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. I need 3. Yeah. I had a whole big bit about it because I was like, this is great. Like in my head, I was like, this is hilarious. And then on the outside, I was like, pretend to be mad so your friends aren't like pissed that you like they drove you here for hours.
Oh yeah. That is fucking funny.
They
Though.
literally dragged me because they're like, you could get the disabled pass. You're coming,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get on the line.
Well, they were trying to use you for your disability so
Yeah.
they could suck on it.
Yeah, they could
Yeah, but it's just
Suck their own
really,
dick.
really funny just to watch them be disappointed.
Yeah, that would bring me a great joy.
Oh,
How
man.
are you too crippled for Six Flags? What the fuck do they need you to do with your?
They
you don't hold on
changed
to
the
anything.
policy. They literally changed their own insurance policy.
But what's the like? If this is so specific,
Is the only thing that changed the amount of people that you could bring? Or
no
Well,
hands, no ride. Like
Yeah,
what
no
is
hands,
that?
no ride.
Like what is
no
that?
shoes, no shirt, no hands, no
no
ride.
service.
Yeah.
Their policy now is you need to have 3 fingers.
Are you fucking?
Whoa.
Someone hates you at Six
Chris.
Flags,
Yeah,
Chris.
hold
Are you
on.
kidding
That
me?
feels like a
I'm
personal
serious.
attack.
I took a picture of their policy. It's on my Instagram
That's a
feed.
personal attack.
Anyway,
Sit.
3 fingers on each arm.
Oh, I was
and
gonna say,
must-
I would count 3.
Yeah, I literally said that to
You-
that
and you
person.
can
He's
make
like,
that
no, 3 in each arm, and I was like, fuck.
I was like 3 total for
What?
sure.
And were you dealing with like the typical Six Flags employee, which is a 16-year-old exchange student?
He was mortified, and it was
Yeah, I was
really,
gonna say, how was
really
that?
funny.
Yeah.
To
Because you
watch-
probably you never thought you would have to address that part of the rule book.
Yeah, and he's just mortified because he's like, I don't know what to do, and
Let
this is
me
really
ride
awkward.
the rides, motherfucker.
He's like, I just wanted to not be in Ireland this summer.
I want to get away from me, Dad.
I just wanted to get high and have a job and not move into my mom's basement.
Wait, so, oh my God. So he had to tell you,
He had to tell me
did
that.
you make him count your fingers? I would do that.
Oh,
I'd be
no.
like, tell me what.
It got way more awkward because
Yes,
he's like,
tell me.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna go and get the manager
Oh,
Fuck.
because he had no idea what to do. Because like, you drove all this way and paid $85. I mean, the only thing I could do is refund your money. And it's almost like when you hear refund your money at a Six Flags, like all the managers come running.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not. You're not doing that. And I'm
just
standing there
giving you
waiting
Diet Coke
for
cans.
an hour for this manager. She comes
an
in.
hour?
Yeah, she came
Jesus
in
Christ.
because she was on the other side of the park.
I was like, the park is big in her defense, and she's
So,
probably fat.
Yeah, she's probably no. She was skinny, and she drove in from the little like scooter things over.
Oh, really?
She drove on a scooter?
Well, they have little scooters for
Oh,
everybody.
like a golf cart or
Yeah,
like,
like a golf cart thing.
Oh, okay, that, okay.
But
I
anyway,
thought
she
you were like
came
one of those
in.
grocery store scooters.
She came in and she's like, okay, let me see what rides I can give you because you did pay for the entrance fee. So she goes in the back and then she comes back with like maybe like 30 minutes later, she comes back with a list of rides. 5 of them were in the kids section.
I knew it. I
Yes.
knew it, yeah.
But one of the rides listed was a bench, a literal bench. And I was like, I showed this to
sit on the
every.
bench?
I
Chris,
showed,
it was just a bench. There was not even.
yeah,
You
a
just
bench.
sit on the bench.
There's
bet-
no ride. I've been to
You could
Six Flags. There's-
sit on this bench.
Yeah,
is
I could
basically what
sit
they're
on this bench as one of the rides.
Holy
I literally
fuck.
showed it
That's
to all of the
hurtful.
comics. And I was like, this is hilarious. Like a bench.
It is funny.
It was
fucking
I was
ridiculous.
died laughing, and I was like, you see these? They're 25 to 20 to 30. Like, are they
Yeah.
gonna go on Daffy Duck's Wild Ride?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What is happening here? And she goes, okay, I'm gonna give you King Ka.
Oh, that's like the. I mean, that's like
That's the best. But we wanted to go on fucking
all
Green
the other
Lantern.
Superman one. Yeah.
But why could you go on King to Because there's such a high chance that you're going to die or get disabled on it anyway? Like, what is
Yeah.
the logic there?
Probably death, because I don't
Well,
want
people have died on King Ka. I looked that up after I went on it.
I know. That's
Yep.
why I'm like, out of all the rides, that seems
And
the
I've
most
been on
dangerous.
King Ka before.
Yeah.
When that ride first opened, I was on the line to get on it.
Yeah.
So
and
I was
everything
there.
was fine.
Yeah, everything was fine. But I had to get strapped in. They gave me like these
Extra Well, the straps
harnesses.
They're not. I mean, for how tall that fucking drop is, you literally they just have like a big giant circle that goes in between your legs, and that's it. And you're like That's a little terrifying.
Yeah, but I have to be strapped in like
A little
like,
extra?
Yeah, like literally like I'm an Air Force pilot from like Top Gun.
okay.
But that's not going to make you fall out of the thing easier because it's around your legs.
It's around my legs and around your waist, and then
Yeah,
it's
the main-
harnessed in the back.
Yeah.
So I'm literally strapped into the seat. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm good if this thing. You
Yeah.
could die a
Well,
horrible
yeah, I was
people
like,
did
I'll
die.
probably
Yeah.
People who did
survive.
die, it was because of those that thing that goes in between your legs that keeps you in. It just unlocked.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I always hold on, even if
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to put my hands up like a
So what other
crazy
rides
person.
could you go on? King to Ka and a bench.
Nitro.
They're really on the opposite end of the
Okay,
spectrum.
Nitro.
here.
That's where we're
Nitro
making
was
progress.
fun.
Nitro's good.
And then the Batman ride, the old one.
Okay, but this was after you said, "What the fuck, lady?"
Yeah, after.
So she gave you a limited list, and then you pushed back, and then she said, "Yeah, go." So that policy is just all bullshit.
It's really
There's
funny.
just zero logic.
I just like making things more and more awkward in public.
Yeah.
Because I just really don't. Yeah, I just don't really understand how they pulled these. They separated these hands rides from the not hands rides
Because you don't need your hands for these rides.
You don't need your hands in the children's section.
No.
Because it's a children's ride.
Yeah. The only thing you need
And I'm
hands
like,
for is the
do-
hammer thing.
I literally looked at her. I'm like, do you see me with children? These are 25-year-olds. So technically, yeah, they're comics. So
Yeah,
they are
they're
children. So
grown-up
I do have to take them to Daffy Duck's world. But other than that, it's like, I'm not a child.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I going to do at Daffy Duck's world except make every parent uncomfortable?
Yeah, or you just have to pay like a lesser rate. I mean, like if you can't go on less rate, you should be.
Oh, they did
You should
not
get like a
want me to.
disabled
Man.
discount.
Yep,
Six
they
Flags
did not
is-
want it. They did
It's-
not want it.
It's not the best place in the world.
You have to fucking. Once you pay $85 to go through that door, which is what we all had to pay,
Yeah.
$85, and it was like 4 people in total. So 85 times 4 is what we all paid for
Yeah.
to get through the goddamn door
We
for one day.
yeah.
Not even like a free soda or something.
And the lines
No.
are long as fuck.
Well, we went
So
on
if you got a free
Tuesday.
soda, you would be happy.
Yeah, I would have been happy.
Coke Zero
all
would've got it
right?
for you, Chris?
I would have done. No, I don't want Coke Zero. That crap. I want
Oh, it's
like
really good.
Mountain Dew
Oh, okay.
or
Oh,
like
wow.
something like
That's
real.
hardcore.
Yeah, I want something like trashy if I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
a goddamn theme park.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew is
I want to eat fucking
amazing.
fried chicken
Yeah.
fingers. Yeah, I remember the time that I was with my ex. We would go to theme parks every year, and we always like picked him up out of the wheelchair because sometimes he could transfer himself. And then when Six Flags, they did change their rule to I don't know if this was around the same time, but the person in the wheelchair has to be able to transfer themselves. And some of the rides, you have to lift him up over a barrier. So, but Jim would go, I can't walk, motherfucker. Like, how do you expect me to transfer myself?
Yep.
How is this a policy that you're even enabling? The only person that helps is the people who fucking fake it and go, I sprained my ankle. And that's why they're in the goddamn wheelchair.
Yeah, or the people that they also cracked down on people that were like crippled and then ran around and said, "Oh, these are my family members," and then they cracked down on that.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want cripples to make money on the side while they were going to the theme park.
Wait, crippled make they
Yeah.
got paid to go in with a
Yep.
family.
There was like cripples
Yo,
on
sick
meetup.com. And they were like, yo, I got a disability and a day off. So if anyone wants
Honestly,
to
that's
come.
clutch.
They used to do $200
smart.
for one day.
Wow.
That's the ultimate flash pass, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's some real.
Yeah.
And it's $85 to go through the door. So technically, 200 minus 85, you're
That's like a
That's not
disabled
bad.
escort service.
That is
yeah.
a fucking great.
Yeah.
I wanted to get in on that deal.
Well,
all
and
right?
also, like, I mean, honestly, I think it's great because you're making people happy. You're making some money. And it's harder to get a job as you show in, hand jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Your web series, which is a great web series where Chris goes to and tries to get jobs / learn things that are they're really jobs just for people with hands.
like sewing and shit?
Oh, I flew a helicopter.
For reals?
Yeah.
Someone
Oh,
let you do.
shit.
So wait,
Someone let me do it for free.
Well, yeah, they weren't going to pay to go crumbling to their death. Yeah.
like,
Well,
but
I was-
legally
No, you
though,
survived.
to fly a helicopter, I would imagine that you
know, like a
you
license.
cannot.
You
do
need
it
hands,
with
and
yeah.
because the council is like where, like, the council's where your council's at. So I'd have to reach in.
What do you mean?
And-
The console. The controls.
So
and
like,
shit.
yeah, I'd have to flip
I
the
know
knobs
nothing
and
about
stuff,
helicopters.
and then also they're on the top. So I can't just be like, hold on and get up.
Can you do
and
this for me?
release the joystick, which
Right, which that'll send it spiraling.
Yeah,
But you,
well-
for real life, flew a helicopter in the air.
Yeah, we're gonna. I can't wait to air this on December 20th at the Creek in the Cave. It's gonna
Holy
be fun.
shit.
Yeah, we're doing an early screening. It's gonna be really fun.
And wait, did you have to take out some type of insurance? We wanted to fucking drug ourselves for a fucking sketch, and they're like, no, you can't. And I'm like, that's annoying, but like,
This is a web series that we could. That was a network. It was a
I guess,
little more. It's a little loose, a little looser.
a little
Yeah.
more
You know how many flight schools said no? How many people were like no?
And then
But
the one
somebody
was
said
like,
yes.
we're trying to get back business after we trained those 9/11 pilots. So
Goddamn right.
We'll take anyone.
Thank God for Muslims, because they really helped me with flight schools, and it was way cheaper than I got.
So there was a flight school that were like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, and we talked to them about it. We brought in David Spector in the episode. We didn't tell him what we were gonna do in that helicopter, so it was like a big surprise and shock for him when it was like, "Hey, it's me that's flying." He's like, "Oh fuck,
Wow,
we're gonna die."
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did you fly for? I couldn't.
We went
step
up.
foot in.
We were in the air for like 30 to 40 minutes.
holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting anxiety. I fucking hate helicopters so much.
Oh, you know what's even crazier is when something happened and it was very scary. And
Did you lose the joystick?
I was staring at someone's pool nosedive, and I was like, "Oh, this is how I die. This is how I die."
You nosedived the helicopter because you were looking at a pool.
I was trying to do something, and then it went. It stalled, and then it just went.
Oh, and there was a co-pilot, right? Helicopters can have two pilots.
I can't be in there alone.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was like, there had to be someone else in there.
Otherwise, okay.
And he just takes over.
I flew the helicopter to say a personal fuck you to Tom Cruise, because I wanna do all of his stunts and prove
Yeah.
that it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That I didn't need Scientology to do this. I could do it.
Does he credit Scientology with his stunt work?
I don't know.
Oh.
He probably does.
That's
I mean, he's
wouldn't
pretty
be
short.
shocked.
That's almost like a disability.
yes, but I've beaten him,
Yeah.
and I got a skydiving place to agree to do it, and I'm going to film that once the weather turns.
Wow.
So,
That's fucking fun.
I'm going to do every stunt that Tom Cruise ever did, and I'm just going to be like, I
Suck
did it.
my dick, Tom Cruise.
I
Have you
did
ever
it.
tried to give a hand job on hand jobs?
We were talking about like having a sex worker on, and then I try to do it, and then it's like, well, then fuck this, and then we had dildos out, and then it would be something where I try to do oral or something. But we
Right.
do have a dominatrix that I'm trying to secure for the episode.
Yeah?
And the gag is really, really funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you really I think the way you joke about it and the way that your sense of humor about it, you really found this niche that works for you. And does it make you feel good? As an audience in watching your stand up, it just fills me with joy to watch you do comedy, because it's
Thanks.
just because it's just no bullshit. You're not catering. But you're not using it as a prop. But the way you handle it is just really fucking funny.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I try to embrace the awkwardness of the whole situation, especially when audiences I think they want a cripple that they can sort of get behind.
Yeah,
and
we want a
pander.
cripple we can get behind. Absolutely.
But I'm like, no, let's talk about how I can't get government assistance, and then let's talk about that. But let's really do it in a very awkward setting where I ask people to cripple me even more so I can get government assistance. And it's like this.
See, wait, you're too crippled to go on a Six Flags roller coaster, but you're not crippled enough to get government assistance.
This feels
Exactly.
unfair. So wait, how
A
much
little
more
bit.
cripple will we have to make you?
Yeah.
You'd have
what do you
to-
need me to do, Chris?
Wheelchair bound, or just put me in an iron lung. That's all I need.
Oh, an iron lung will
I
get
need
you
to-
assistance?
Yeah, for the state of New Jersey, you need to have a disability that actively prohibits you from looking for work. So you literally cannot go and get a job because your disability is hindering you from either going out to get work or it's the problem.
Sorry, I just had a visual of where you could just try to just stand and make a government worker try and stand and watch you open the car door.
Yep.
Can't get to my car, ma'am. Do you see this? Yeah, I don't know if I can really get to a job.
No one really knows how much you can do with.
Right, and I would imagine it would be very fun to mask that and to kind of see where it goes, just to see what you can get out of
Oh,
it.
I've done that before.
That's called a show for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Gosh.
What instances, what are some examples that stand out in your head where you're like, I can't get it?
Oh no,
But you could.
I've done things with ex-girlfriends where I've played retarded just to make it really awkward.
my God.
Well, because I think the thing is, I mean, like the lack of eye contact to me says it's like people are really like thinking that a physical disability means that you also have a mental disability.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
that's just doesn't really make a lot of sense.
But that's the gag. Is like
Yeah.
they don't know. So when
Yeah.
when I'm sitting with my with a girlfriend and I'm going, I'll have the apple cider, and she just buries her face into a menu and goes, oh God, not here, not now.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear yourself in your headphones?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I can.
Like if you just start yelling, I want donuts. Like, I mean, this is great.
That's really funny.
I've heard,
This is entertaining.
Yeah, but I've heard other crippled comedians do it with other waitresses in front of other comics, and I'm like, right on, do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. But I only do it with like girlfriends and friends because I love embarrassing them.
Yeah.
And then it's just like the awkwardness of like, please don't do this here in public.
It's so funny.
And then just keep going.
How often do you pretend to be mentally retarded? Like how?
I only do it on dates because I think it's really funny.
It's special.
It's a good icebreaker.
It's a very
special
good.
unique
occasion.
icebreaker.
I feel like I want to do it on a first date though, because that's.
Oh, you
real.
haven't yet?
I have never done it on a first date. I've
You
only
would-
done it in like
you
a
would win
third.
me over in a second. Like that would win somebody over in a second. I feel.
I would just be like, hi, and just wave, and it just. Oh my God, what have I done?
That's amazing.
Well, I think that's the key. Oh, but I mean that's also another great episode though. So the key is, yeah, it's a first date, and then you just you're
Playing it.
mentally handicapped from the start.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
you gotta be. Yeah.
Maybe you're
But
wearing.
then if you message back and forth and it's like she doesn't
know.
Yeah, she
And then
wouldn't
all of a
know.
sudden it's like, bang.
And then yeah.
And then all of a sudden, yeah, full bib and a caretaker was corresponding.
Yeah.
Maybe you passed us like some kind of an envelope or a note from your caretaker. This could
Oh,
be really
yeah,
fun.
And it's
Yes or
written
no?
in crayon.
Yeah.
Just all written in crayon with backwards
like
letters.
backwards R's and shit.
I'll show up with you. I'll wear like
She'll
a
be the
suit and
nurse.
stand over your shoulder.
That would be amazing.
I'm your
Wow.
interpreter.
That would be
That's
great.
really fucking funny.
That would be
How else?
hilariously
What in
awkward.
other areas
love
of your life do
pranks.
you do that? That's really funny. Other
Yeah,
than
well,
dates.
I did have a moment where when I first got Tinder, every one of my friends grabbed all of my photos and then photoshopped me with arms, and they were like, "Put this on Tinder now." And I
That
was
is
like,
so funny.
That's funny.
I was like, okay, but I didn't get anything, so I was like, oh crap.
What? Because they could tell the arms were photoshopped.
No, because I wrote it was in my bio that I was a disabled person. I wrote it down.
Yeah,
So
but
I
then
was
your
like-
pictures said otherwise.
Yeah, so I was like, God damn it, I shouldn't have done that.
Well, they might have
Eh.
thought that they were like, man, this is a disabled I can't see, so it must be real
Must be.
bad.
Yeah.
It must be really yeah, with this face, fucking mentally challenged, stupid fuck. Oh my God.
Do people approach you before you open your mouth and think you're mentally challenged?
Oh yeah, there are people that talk to you like you're a child.
Really?
Oh, I've had that before, and then I just pander to that person immediately.
Oh,
until,
that's fun.
Can
until
you drool
I
on
wouldn't even-
command?
I can drool.
I mean,
but don't
everybody
like
could,
drooling.
right?
No, I thought that would just be like a funny way to
I
respond.
wouldn't even
I don't
talk
wanna
to an
drool on your
actually
couch.
mentally challenged person like that. Like, that's just a cunty way to talk to anybody.
But that's like part of the charm is that like before I go up in front of an audience, they don't know what's really wrong because I don't
Yeah.
say anything. I don't
Yeah.
open my mouth until I grab the microphone and
and you
move
do
the
it
stand.
slowly, and I really like that.
And I also now I do it on purpose, but I bob the microphone so it
Yep.
wobbles and it
Yep.
has this little like
yeah.
Because
tension building. and
we
then
think you're not gonna do it. Like, yeah, you make people think you're gonna drop it, and then the silence in the room as you do that. I've seen you do that a couple times. It's so. I've never seen somebody so interested in a comic like as when you do that. It's so interesting to watch other people's reaction to you.
it makes all eyes and focus right down
Right on you.
And then the first thing I say is hi, and then it's just like boom, cut. To,
Yeah, and then that relieves tension
Yeah.
automatically. That's
Yep.
amazing.
Oh man, I love doing that. I've done what's weird is that I had to work clean. My mom wanted me to work clean at her show, at her wine tasting thing, and I never had to do that before.
I was like, is your mom a comic?
No, my mom's a secretary at a church,
Oh, okay.
and she wanted me to do like some comedy in between the wine tasting.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going through your set. And I was like, okay. And then she picked out all these jokes in random order. So I had to remember my jokes in random order. And then a few of them kind of whiffed because they need to be introduced in
Yeah,
certain ways.
yeah, you need
and then
setup.
and then I was just like, my mom picked this joke, so you can blame it on her.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
fun.
Jesus.
It was just it was fun for like 10 minutes. I worked clean and I got it done. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I
like
did it.
challenging yourself to different parameters
I
than
just
you
don't
would
like
have.
working clean.
I don't either. It doesn't
I
feel natural.
need-
It feels fake.
Some of those jokes need curses. Like
Yeah.
I need to say it. Like when I make fun of a first grader, I need to call her a dumb bitch. Like that's the joke.
Well, it's part of the joke.
Agree,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's the tone, like the juxtaposition of the tone and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
people don't. People getting offended over curse words is always baffled
It's
me.
annoying.
Yeah.
It really, but it's a challenge. But it's something that I'm like, all right, I did it.
Yeah.
I did it. I know I can do it. So it's fine. I can do it for 10 minutes. But then I have to curse. I have to.
You get off stage like, fuck!
Yeah. What's weird is that the jokes that my mom picked, some of them were the most brutal in terms of like topic.
Oh, like what? Like what? Can you give us an example?
I had this is a true story that I actually made into a joke. I actually collected rent. I was an assistant manager in my mom's real estate company, and I collected rent literally like a day or two after a manager of a nail salon who was in the building that we owned. He witnessed a murder of his employee in the nail salon.
Whoa.
And 2 days later, I had to go over and be like,
Rent's
I know, yeah, the rent's due.
I know you're really reeling right now.
And it was the most awkward conversation with a human being.
What did he
I've ever
say?
had.
Like, I can't pay my rent. Somebody got murdered here. Like, you
Well,
can't really
it was-
say
I
that.
can't
It's
say-
New York. You still got to pay your rent.
How do you ask someone for rent after they witnessed the murder? It wasn't
Yeah.
like he walked in. It was like this guy, this ex-husband of this employee came in with a loaded gun.
No.
Ordered everyone in the back. Her kid was there.
Oh my god!
So it was like
fucking
everyone
Christ.
had to go to the back, and then he shot her at point blank range in the head
Holy
in front of her
shit.
kid, and then he killed himself. And
Oh, so it's a double.
yeah, double homicide.
the
I mean,
trouble,
when you
that's
do
not
that,
good.
you always got to kill yourself. There's really no way.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Holy fuck!
Where was this?
This
Jersey?
this was in Jersey,
Where part?
in Union City.
Oh, I was like, please say city.
Wow.
Because I'm from
Wow.
regular Union.
And I had to then go a few
Collect-
days later.
Why'd she send you? Oh, because you always did.
I always did. That was my job. And then it was like, oh, how do I it wasn't like
Wowzer.
The awkward part didn't occur to me until I finally got there, and I was like, oh, what do I say?
Right. How do I even approach this?
What is the first words out of my mouth?
Hope you're having
And
a good
what-
week.
What were they? Hey, buddy.
Hope business as well. I know you're
You
doing
clean
it.
up. You cleaned up. I noticed.
Yeah, I know you need a new paint job,
Jesus.
but
Was there blood on the walls when you
there
went
was
to?
brain on the wall and parts of
Still?
skull. Well, no, it was washed away by,
I mean, no one wants to go to the nail salon.
Yeah, people ain't gonna want to get their nails done there probably.
yeah, especially after you've
gotta
had
clear that
trauma.
That's one of the most brutal things I've ever heard. But
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
I mean, obviously
That's
there's tons
bad.
of gun violence, but yeah, I mean, like they're so like the statistics for like domestic abuse against women that results in like gun death is crazy high.
And I also have a bit of a being pro-gun that my mom was like, X that. And I was like, okay.
And what?
Are you personally pro gun?
I'm personally pro-gun, but I'm not.
Have you ever shot a gun?
Yes, I have.
A handgun?
I've shot a Colt M1911, which was my first gun.
Is that a big gun? I don't know what that looks like.
It's a handgun that was used in like World War II all the way up until Gulf War, and then
Okay.
they stopped using it. It's very reliable. It's a sturdy gun, but it's a 45, so it has some kick. And then I shot a 22 rifle, and then I did an M1 Garand, which that one hurts.
Oh shit! You know a lot about guns.
I know a little bit. I'm not a gun guy in particular.
Right.
I like guns. I feel like I treat guns the same way I treat drugs. Like I'm very for it. I'm fine with it. If you guys
have to respect it.
Yeah,
You have to learn.
You have to know what you're doing with it, because I feel like a lot like Bill Maher said this before. It was like junkies give responsible drug users a bad rep, because it's
Yeah.
like you work like
love him.
you do all the stuff that you need to do to
Yeah.
make sure that you're safe. And then you have some jackass that's like, no, I want to have
ruins it for
all the
everybody.
lines. And
Yep.
it's like, great. Now
Yep.
all the fun's gone. And it's the same thing with gun owners. Like, if you actually sat down and talked to some of these people, they're just like, hey, this is what's going to help you. You know, this is if you want to do sports shooting. This is if you want to do hunting. This is, other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, you don't get that. You get, crazy people that like go on a rampage, and those people need like people don't want to talk about like the real issue, which is like healthcare. People needing access to that healthcare, and then
and also like I feel like some of the gun laws like if someone was accused of domestic violence, maybe don't give them a gun.
Yeah,
just don't give them any gun. And I know you can get a gun at the trunk of a car. In a parking lot in Walmart somewhere. Like, I'm sure that doesn't deter that, but sometimes when you hear about the mass shootings and you're like, and then he legally bought the gun. You're like, what
Can you legally buy a gun?
I've been trying to get a gun, like a gun license. I've been trying to do it legally.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a psycho that just wants a gun.
Right.
For the sake of it.
But I'm saying I didn't know, like, with like, what are the, Six Flags said no, but like, what, I didn't know what.
Stores say no?
Well, I tried for a while and then I stopped doing it, but I'm gonna try again for the gun license. But all I want is a gun license, and then if I need a gun, then we'll see. But guns are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to pay for them legally. There's a waiting period. You have to go through all this shit.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
And you need to see like a psychiatrist in the state of New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yay, Jersey.
So that's a responsible gun measures law.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well,
right?
Jersey copies a lot from New York. So the same thing with New York.
Yeah. And you can't open carry in Jersey then, right?
Oh my God, no.
You can in New York.
No.
I would absolutely not live in any state where you can open carry.
You can open carry in most of the southern states.
Yeah, which is very odd.
Anytime I'm in a place and like there's some like sneak up states like Maryland where you can open carry, and I always fucking get so like I always get taken off guard because there's usually like notes on businesses saying like whether or not you can actually bring a gun into that specific business.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, we're in a fucking open carry state. Like I get so pissed.
You know what's funny is that I make everyone uncomfortable. Even the gun nuts I make uncomfortable when I'm like, I really want a gun. Then they're like, whoa. Why do you want a gun?
See, it doesn't make, I guess the sentence in general, if anyone said it, like, they were like, I really want a gun, maybe is the issue.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But why do you want a gun?
No, I think it's really funny. But also, I've fired weapons before. I think it's cool. Yeah. My mom has her own gun, so it's
My
not
dad has a gun. My dad has guns.
My mom has, she only has two. She has hunting rifles.
Yeah.
She has a .22 hunting rifle, and that's it.
I always thought a .22 was a tiny handgun.
I don't
know anything about guns.
But you can hunt with
hunt with a handgun?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I was going to say, I feel like I would be like on an episode of CSI, but like shooting
You hunt with a rifle.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
You can hunt with a .22 rifle.
I know zero about guns. I do want to shoot guns just so I can be comfortable with them, but I know jack shit.
Well, you can also hunt with a bow.
Oh, that's true. Throwback.
Yeah.
And then, so can you shoot? Are you allowed to shoot like at a gun range? Because like I've shot at a gun range in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know what kind of like if they're like basically if you can prove that you can handle the gun, you can do it.
No. The gun range that I go to, the instructors do everything for you.
I thought they were saying they also don't have
load
hands.
it. Yeah.
Oh, hands free.
Hands free
gun range.
I always, God damn it! If
It's
I
a
ever win
pedal.
the lottery, I'm just gonna open a gun store and call it,
Hands free guns.
Crossbows Arms.
Crossbows arms.
That's it. That's my lot in life.
10-finger discount.
Exactly. Because I shoot them all off. That's what you get for stealing.
Is there anything else you wish people would know, or would not ask, or ask more, or avoid, or I don't know, do differently in terms of how they treat you?
I don't know. I'm fine. I'm not really like looking to get mad or anything. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm very much like whatever. Like I'm chill. Like, I'll do whatever. But it is fun to watch people get really uncomfortable. For me, it's like I love watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and like the best episodes on there are when Larry David makes something really awkward and you're just sitting in it.
Yeah, he just has to sit.
And you're just like, oh, this is great. This is hilarious. That's kind of like what I like.
And that's your
doing.
sense of humor too in your stand-up, I think, too. It's really funny, and it translates perfectly.
It just creates this huge tension until I release it. But it's like...
And you're in control of that release, which is beautiful.
And it makes it really... And another thing, too, the way that I hold a microphone is from the watch. The watch acts like my thumb. So I close it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that
I thought you just really loved knowing the time.
Yeah.
Because like I did notice that you wore a watch, and I was like, we don't really need watches. It feels like it's probably like not like super comfortable up there. I just hate things on, like, I hate, like, bracelets. I don't wear anything, but
Yeah, but
that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Any other fun, interesting sex stories that you have up your sleeve? That,
Yeah, like, what's the weirdest sex you've ever had? So you've had sex.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
this is a sex podcast.
Yeah.
We've talked about guns and murder.
Well, that's fine because I mean, but
cool, too.
just specifically, yeah, because like I said, it's crazy that it's been 5 years. We've never had someone who came on and like, you know,
Yeah.
not to, I'm sure it gets exhausting to talk about your disability, but just because it's an interesting thing and how it relates to sex.
Yeah. Weirdest sex I've ever had. I do have a weird story of how I hooked up with this one girl. I was at a bar with a bunch of comics after a show. We were just drinking, and then this girl came over to me and just punches me in the back of the arm
the fuck?
and was like, "Why didn't you say hi to me?" And I was like, "Hi." And that was like my introduction to her. We started talking, and then I got with her. Like we went back to her place, and then we didn't do it that night, but then the following morning we just did it all day, and then I took her out. I wanted to take her out, and then she was like, I don't want a relationship or something like that. And it was like, okay,
She just wanted to punch you and then fuck you.
basically.
Wow.
But you had
the
never
old-
met
the old
her.
Punch and fuck.
I never met her.
Wow.
This was
That's
just some random girl at a bar.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
really weird introduction.
yeah.
I'm pretty good at bars. I can get a girl's number at a bar.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm better when I'm in an environment that's like very bar and or like a restaurant or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
very good there. Like I can try and wine and dine a little bit and like lean in and see things, especially at a bar setting. A restaurant is a little
formal.
and you got to be like certain things around other people. But like with a bar, it's like it's chill.
Yeah.
I can be chill in a
relaxing
yeah.
atmosphere.
But like I've never had someone just I didn't even notice this woman. I was just sitting talking to the comics about the show that we just
came
did.
out of nowhere and punched
and then,
you.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, okay, hey. And then I just started talking to her and then bang.
And you clicked.
Yeah. And
I like
then
that you were receptive to that.
Yeah. So,
I take a lot of abuse.
how so?
Well, I'm pretty much, I can do anything a girl wants me to do. So I'm fine with anything.
Like, what do you mean? Like sexually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not picky at all with anything. I can't really... Cripples can't be picky with sex. It's the only thing. So if I have to take the barrel, I have to take the barrel. There's no way out of it.
Right. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
So like, what kinds of things have you done that you like
that you kind of didn't want?
You know, in a world with arms, maybe you wouldn't have done.
I haven't done... Well, I don't know. I've done I've wanted to do... Like I've had... My ex-girlfriend was into biting, and I wasn't really into biting.
She wanted to be bit, or she wanted to bit you?
She wanted me to bite her, which I really didn't want to do,
Huh.
but she bit me.
I never encountered a biter.
Yeah, but biting is like, I don't know. It
Could be
sounds
sexy, like but it's like you got to tease the bite. You don't have to actually chomp, right? I mean,
well, yeah,
chomped.
yeah. I'm not a biting guy. I don't like that. I'm more of
Yeah.
like, I'm very lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
yeah,
biting or anything like physical. Like, I don't mind getting slapped or choked or like choking or slapping with me is like kind of weird because like I don't have a palm. So if I slap you,
Good point.
Good point, Chris.
it's kind of like an elbow to your face.
Which I would imagine is more stronger. I would think. I
Yeah,
don't know.
You're spitting out teeth instead of just.
Have you ever hit somebody too hard on accident?
Yeah,
It's happened to me. I
I
mean,
don't like that. I was like deeply like upset over it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Like, damn, I didn't.
but
intend for
but accidents can happen. Like,
yeah, it's just I don't like it when it happens sexually. Like it's
Yeah.
just like I didn't mean to like
yeah.
That wasn't
it's
my
weird how it
intention.
can cross the line. No, it was no one's intention to do that, and no one wanted it to happen, and everyone feels bad that it happened. But it's shit happens. You know, I got slapped in the face once, and it was like, oh, you were actually really mad at me when you did that, and I felt that wasn't good. Please don't hit me.
I don't do it. I mean, I only slap ass. I don't really slap face. So
Yeah.
it's like
That's safer.
It's safer, but like, I really want to know if it's okay now. Like,
Yeah.
because I just did it once and it was like, no, that hurts. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. We got to
You know,
get trial and error.
but it's like, I was at the, I really want to try every position possible.
yeah.
So I'm not really like picky about anything. So I'm like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You know, I'm very open to that.
Have you ever had a woman suggest something and you're like,
Not really. I mean, I'm cool with like the only thing is like awkward positions. Like I could do doggy style with a girl, but the awkwardness is that like I can't like obviously like guys can just grab her, you know?
oh, wow, they're fucking like touch her clit or tits or something?
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
like I have to like I have to
grab her ass.
You
Yeah,
like
but-
fully hold on. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
have to
I-
hold on a little bit. Yeah.
but I can't.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's
No, I
like-
know, yeah.
So I'm like
So she just has to like ground herself.
yeah.
And then
Otherwise, I'm
right?
gonna have to lean forward, and then
Yeah.
it just changes the position entirely.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh, okay, I have to redo that again. But you know, I like any kind of position. I've eaten girls out before. You know.
Do you like eating girls out?
Yeah, I do.
Good man. We were just talking with Lisa about how some guys like they just don't like doing it.
Well, they're fucking idiots. That's the
Thank
thing.
you. I agree.
It's like, well, then why are you into women?
Yeah. Don't
What's the
fuck me if
point?
you're not gonna go down there.
Like, yeah. I don't. I've never understood that. Another thing that I've had like controversies over is like bush or no bush, and I'm like a full bush guy. Like I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't mind if a girl is just like
Yeah,
here
but
it is.
everybody's like, oh, why do you need a girl to have bush? And I'm like, it's just weird that if she doesn't have a bush, it's like it. I don't want. It's a little.
It's a little it can get prepubescent depending on how close they shave. Is that
Yeah.
what you're yeah, I agree. I totally understand.
Oh man.
No, that's an uncomfortable thing, but like
no, I know. I just thought of a really stupid joke.
a joke?
Yeah, but no, I'm not gonna. Anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, you may
preview
wanna-
lesson. All right, yeah, let's do this. Yeah,
Is it a
that's just,
pedophile joke? You can tell it on here.
okay. Well, it's destroyed now.
Oh,
It's like
sorry.
this-
I was like, I knew where I was going, and I was like, please don't ever feel like you can't say
Okay.
whatever you want.
'Cause I
Because
was like,
people might get offended, but you know what? That's comedy. I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah.
We don't mean ill will.
I mean, statistically, several pedophiles are listening, so at least
Oh, many,
you know,
yeah.
There
cater
we
to the
go.
crowd.
Goddamn
and
right.
a lot of people listening have been touched by a pedophile. That's very
Exactly.
unfortunate. So like you can't pretend like the shit doesn't exist.
Oh boy. Anyway, yeah.
Anything else that you want to talk about or add to the conversation, or that we didn't get to ask you? We've been talking for an hour, but I want to make sure there's anything if we didn't touch on that you want to touch on.
I don't know. What do you guys want to ask me? Because I'm an open book with certain everything.
I mean, we just basically be like any sexual stories that were interesting that you haven't done, any crazy sex things that we haven't gotten to besides like regular sex or oral sex. I mean, like group sex, orgies, stuff in your butt.
I've
stuff in your butt?
No, I don't do anything in my butt.
Okay.
I've licked a girl's butt before.
Oh hell yeah.
So
How was it?
it's fine. It's shitty, but you know, it's a
Shitty?
butt. Well, it's a butt.
Yeah, but was it a clean butt? A clean butt shouldn't be shitty.
Yeah, well, she cleaned it, thank God, because then
Butts
they
are
were-
nice. Like if I had,
Should clean
I'd
before you
rather
licked
lick
it?
my butt than my vagina.
Your own
I'd
butt?
rather lick the
For sure.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
it's
lick
so
the
nice.
vagina
It's so
than
clean.
the butt.
Like, cause it's just there's less fluid there. I mean,
Yeah.
vaginas
Butts
have
is
an
dry.
innate fluid, obviously.
Butts are drier than vaginas.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind licking either one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
I do it like a baby wipe kind of thing. Like I just go up, and then it's this. Some girls don't like it when I do that, and some girls do like it when I do that.
Oh, can I ask you a uncomfortable question? I hope it's okay to ask. I can ask you anything, right?
Yeah.
Wiping your ass.
Oh.
Is that a problem?
Well, at home it's a bidet. I have a bidet.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
'Cause I-
fucking
yeah.
bidet.
Yeah, I know a person
That
who-
was very expensive. That holy shit, that was very pricey to put in my house.
But I heard that shit is so much. That's like more effective than wiping.
Yep, because it cleans it out. The only
Yeah.
thing is you have to clean the bidet every time.
Oh, you have to clean a bidet?
Yeah, well, I have to clean mine. I can't. Just,
Is it just, is it a bidet? People have explained these. I know, I get the concept. It just squirts water up your asshole, right?
Yeah.
But is it like a tube? Do you have to, like, it comes out of the plumbing of the toilet? Or I've never
No,
seen a bidet, so
it
I
has
have no
to go
fucking
through its
idea.
own plumbing.
Oh, okay. So separate plumbing.
Well, you have to. I'm not a plumber. I'm not a guy that
don't
installs
know.
it, but it's like very much a pain in the ass. And then when I'm walking around, I have my own thing that
Like a portable?
it's not a portable bidet. It's a wand kind of thing that they use for arthritic people,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so they can help you, wipe what
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, that's the thing. I like a bidet in someone's home is fine, but anytime there's like a bidet in a public setting, it freaks me out because I'm like, that poop is going somewhere. And
Well,
I
isn't it
don't-
going in? Does a bidet have like a bowl or like a toilet?
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. I mean, and sometimes, sometimes you can have a bidet in the actual, like there's like just a jet in the actual, a regular toilet, like a insert one, and then sometimes it's a whole separate thing, like in Europe or in the UK. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
that's
I've
what
seen
I've
it
seen
two different
pictures
ways
of
because there's like a.
You want to do it separate.
Right.
I was like, there are Japanese like installments though that I've seen on American toilets that are just attachments that have several features. One of which is a bidet, kind of like feature.
Yeah, I would want a separate one.
Yeah, right. I would think.
There's nothing more awkward than you've just pooped and then water squirts back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
It's
the
like, ooh,
yeah.
no.
You need another thing.
I
You
need
another bowl.
thing because then it's like,
Well, the worst is when you poop and then it splashes back on you.
Yep, splashes back on you. That happens to me all the time.
I mean, that's just like anyone
That's
with a
life.
butthole. That's just life, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't feel like that's because of your disability.
Yeah,
No,
that's not.
no.
Yeah.
No, I take really long shits and
How long?
no, I just eat like crap all the time.
Oh.
I eat so much crap. Like I've eaten Taco Bell, Burger King, White Castle craving boxes.
I mean,
Craving box?
I've
What's
eaten
that?
all these
The
things
30
too, just
sandwiches
not on
one.
the regular.
Yeah, but like I can eat that for days and then
Wow, you're
like,
thin.
Yeah.
So you don't gain weight. Like you don't. It doesn't affect your metabolism.
I have a very fast metabolism
Yeah.
apparently because I'm just like
Some people got ironclad stomachs, man.
I've put what was it? I've done some horrible things to my stomach that literally I don't even know why. I abuse my stomach out of any organ because I'm like, let's have a milkshake, then Oreo cookies, then 30 White Castle burgers.
30?
Yeah.
Chris, you ate 30.
Yeah.
That's wow. Your metabolism's good.
Do you work out?
No.
Because I was
Wow.
like, but also your skin is good, which is
Yeah.
weird because it's even if you're thin, usually like the toxins
shitty,
would
yeah.
fuck up your skin.
Yeah, it does
Oh
not
no,
show.
I trust me, I get
shows in
pimples.
your ass
I
hole.
get pimples.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm also
But I
like,
can just tell looking at your skin overall.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like it's good quality.
okay.
Yeah, it looks. You have nice skin. So
Put
Man.
the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
Oh, thanks
it was
for having
really
me.
fucking funny and interesting, and I appreciate you being open. And where
Yeah.
can we find you online? What do you want to promote? Take it away. Whatever you want to say.
We have I have my hand jobs season finale at the Creek in the Cave at December 20th.
December
At
20th.
8 p.m.
8
And
p.m.
then
and that's where you're going to be airing this helicopter episode?
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's the
God.
Creek in the Cave. It's in Long Island City.
Yep.
Great venue. Great fucking venue.
and you can follow me. You can follow the show at Handjob Series on Instagram and Twitter, and then you can follow me at Crest Posts, which is my last name, and then just STS added to it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also found out while I was walking over here, you guys have a hand surgeon down the street,
Yes, we do.
and I took a picture of
That's
it.
kind of funny.
'Cause I was like,
Yeah, on 34th at NYU.
crippled no more. Yeah. This is the last day.
Chris gonna get hands. We got to interview him before he gets hands.
Like I did a podcast and then I got hands. I'm a new man.
I'm calling this guy like crazy now, and I'm like, please do my show.
Oh
Please.
yeah. Oh my God, you have to do something.
I
with
have to have him on.
him. Yeah, you have to do something with him. That's amazing. This
gonna
show
be
sounds
great.
fucking funny.
Thanks.
I'm excited to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Wait, last question. Have you ever that's a good question though. Like I mean technology is kind of crazy. Have you ever thought of like getting a robotic arm?
Yeah, but I'm not mature enough. I don't
You're not
like them.
mature enough for
Mature?
a robotic arm?
I don't
Because
want.
you would do more pranks with the
I
robotic
would
arm?
do way more creepy shit with a robotic. If
so
I
you're
do,
keeping yourself more disabled because you're too immature to handle a hand
yes.
at this point?
Do you understand what I would do as a gag? Like I would choke people, and I'd be
Oh,
like,
wait,
"No,
that's
my
not
arm is
fu-
not. My
yeah,
arm."
but Chris, it's not.
Let her
Choking is not like
go.
LOL. Like yeah,
Yeah.
but if she's in on it and you make people,
Yeah, but I'm like, let her go. I swear to God, I'm not into this. This
Okay,
is-
but I
my
feel
arm
like-
is going crazy.
Is that really why you haven't considered it?
Or I'll just shake a baby and be like, no, this is not me. This is my arm.
That's just your comedic mind going to really funny, wild places that you wouldn't actually do. You really think you
I
would?
I wouldn't do crazy stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
would do stupider stuff. Like I would just drop plates on purpose, be like, oops, it's my arms, they're robotic.
I just feel like if there's like a producer listening and like he or she wants to, finance like some kind of a docuseries like Chris's First Week with Arms, but they're gonna pay
fucking hilarious.
They're gonna pay for the arms, but then they have to chronicle your first week, month, year
and see how many pranks you
with
pull.
arms and just like using arms.
It would be.
You'd have to get used to that.
You'd have to crowbar me away from them because it would just be what other stupid, retarded gag I could do.
Yeah.
If I had hooks, it would be even worse because I'd just be
I don't want you around kids with hooks. I feel like you'd really
hook everyone away. Be like, no.
Yeah.
I go in front of you.
I mean, who really has a hook anymore?
But it's still
some
like,
people do. I guess
I would dress up like the guy
Pirate.
from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That creepy guy. I would do that. I'd be like, you ran me over, and then I'd just do
but that's
all
fun.
stupid.
And then it's like, oh, that's Chris. He's got hooks, but he's hilarious with them.
Yeah, but I'd also, I've auditioned for a role of a disabled person. I didn't get it.
Oh, that's
so yeah. You're looking at the only person that couldn't get it.
No, that's not true, right?
That is true.
Really?
Wait, did a non-disabled person get it? Did an able-bodied person?
I was in a room with a ton of cripples and like beautiful like actresses.
Oh god!
And it was at ABC on the West End.
Yeah,
And
by the pier.
It was a friend of mine. She was like, "Hey, they're doing this Candid Camera." Well, I don't know if it was the Candid Camera show.
Chris,
what's the show?
Why do they need cripples for their Candid Camera show?
Because they wanted to do a scene where a woman takes a handicapped parking space, and then I'm like, I'm supposed to be like, "Can I please have my spot?" And then the girl's
that's
like,
not funny.
"Oh, yeah, that's the point." And it's just like I went in there, and then they were like, "Okay, you have to cry for the scene. Let's see what happens." And go.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wait, was this like what would you do or?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay. And so they have to see if like anyone is like a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And like reacts.
I mean, I like that show, but that just sounds rude.
Oh, I made it even awkward. I made it even more awkward than what it was.
Good.
I just love that they
don't
had
doubt
a
that you did.
number of cripples in the room. Like how many
There's a guy
disabled
with
people
cerebral
are pursuing the
Yeah.
entertainment business?
There's a lot of cripples in the acting.
That's crazy
And
though.
there's comics
And
with cerebral palsy.
There's a lot of cripples that want to make it in
But
the
that's what I'm
business.
saying. I'm like this is
Peter Dinklage did it. So if Peter Dinklage did it,
right. But I'm talking about like armless.
Yeah. Or
Like, but
legless.
just realize how many armless roles are there?
and
There's not a lot,
Do you
I
feel-
get it. I get it.
I don't want to.
You're not gonna cast me as the star quarterback. I get it. All right.
But I would love that.
Yeah,
though.
that'd be
I would do it
And I
in
think
a
that's the next
heartbeat
thing,
as
of
a
course.
gag.
yeah,
Because right now we do colorblind casting, but then I think it's like when are we gonna do it like
able body cast or whatever.
Oh God!
just anything
no.
goes. Anything goes.
No, I don't want that.
See, well, you're being a part of this world.
That's pandering.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
stupid pandering.
So you're only gonna go in for cripple roles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in for cripple roles as a gag, and then I'm just gonna do way
So
more.
wait, you don't even want the role.
Do you want the role, Chris?
Are we making the world a better place or not?
I don't know. I'm doing it as a gag. I'm literally. That's the thing with me is like I'm gonna do anything that's funny.
Yeah.
So it's like you try to put me in a situation that it's like I need you to cry for a handicap space. I'm gonna be like I don't know how to do that because I'm a person.
Yeah, that's
So
yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Is that what you said to him?
No, I literally was like, okay, and then I tried, and I can't cry on command. So, and I was losing the.
I would cry for how terrible of a fucking premise that is.
No, it gets even worse because then I was losing the producers, and then I just looked into this actress's eyes. I was like, I gotta think of something, or it's gonna be over. And I just called her a retard, and everyone in that room just went like, "What happened?" Like they went
They
from
didn't
their
laugh?
Well, they went from their phones or their
I feel
watch.
like ABC probably isn't into the word rage.
No, they are not interested.
But
in me.
they are into
They were
getting crippled
shocked.
people to fake cry when an able-bodied person takes their spot.
They were shocked, okay, and then I can't walk away. I called this woman a retard. It's like dropping a racial slur. You said it. You gotta either own it or the awkwardness is
You
gonna
walk
get worse.
back and you pretend.
Yeah. And she was like, no, I'm not retarded. And then I was like, you see that sign over there? It says handicap parking. The last time I checked, retards can't read. And the whole room just went, oh my God.
That's funny.
And then they were just throwing her lines to try to roast me. And then once that happened, it was like an old boxer getting back into a ring.
Yeah, you
and it was
ride
like,
the wave.
no, girl. Like,
Yeah.
I was just attacking her the whole way through. And then I was like, yeah, that actress was pissed off.
Really?
Yeah, she did not like that.
She didn't have a sense of
She
humor.
was mad because I called her a retard, and I probably blew the role for her because she was just
Did
getting.
you?
I don't know, but she did not say hi to me or bye when it was over. She did not. She's just like,
This is not what they taught me in acting school.
yeah, how dare a man with no arms make fun of me and call me names and walked out.
The whole thing is
boy.
strange.
Wow.
I don't know.
So I'm not going to be on Ellen.
Damn it. You could still. You got to just do something.
You have to learn
Actually,
a song with your
get
mom.
a cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Get a little cousin who's like 3 and teach him how to sing opera or some
I know.
shit.
I can't do Ellen. I don't know. I want to do Ellen, but I feel like I would be too. I'm not. Like the awkwardness that I would put in there, it'd just be, ugh.
Yeah, but Ellen's a
feel it.
comedian. Like, Ellen's a stand-up comic.
Oh, no, I know
Folks
Ellen would
appreciate
get it. I know
Maybe
Ellen would get it.
Maybe your Disney-ass audience wouldn't?
Yeah, her
Yeah.
Disney ass audience would not.
Yeah. That's the maybe see.
Yeah, that or, whatever. It was fine.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for
thank you
coming on,
so
man.
much, guys. Make sure to watch Hand Jobs. Follow Chris at Chris Posts. Thank you so much for listening to Guys We Fuck, the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.
I'm in a rudder drought, gasping for relief. When will it finally be my turn to breathe so easily? You pick again the bitter taste of blood. Some days it still tastes so sweet. Karma won't turn the other cheek. Are you aware? You put the cross on me to bear. My heart a gilded cage from which I will escape. I won't accept the silence. Your words like puppet strings, but you won't clip these wings. The truth is on the horizon. Separating from the image I present. Who knows where she went? Rebuild what I have left. Say his name goes to haunts my dreams.
Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that enables you to improve your mental health from anywhere and anytime. Get matched with a licensed therapist from over 2,000 choices and message them whenever you need to. No commutes, no judgments. For a special offer for our listeners, visit Talkspace.com/GWF and use code GWF to get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. Talkspace, it's therapy for how we live today.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind licking either one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
I do it like a baby wipe kind of thing. Like I just go up and then it's this. Some girls don't like it when I do that, and some girls do like it when I do that.
Oh, can I ask you a uncomfortable question? I hope it's okay to ask. I can ask you anything, right?
Yeah.
Wiping your ass.
Oh.
I don't know. Is that a problem?
Well, at home it's a bidet. I have a bidet.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
'Cause
fucking
yeah.
bidet.
Yeah, I know a person
that
who-
was very expensive. That holy shit, that was very pricey to put in my house.
But I heard that shit is so much. That's like more effective than wiping.
Yep, because it cleans it out. The only
Yeah.
thing is you have to clean the bidet every time.
Oh, you have to clean a bidet?
Yeah, well, I have to clean mine. I can't. Just,
Is it? Is it a bidet? I've never. People have explained these. I know. I get the concept. It just squirts water up your asshole, right?
Yeah.
But is it like a tube? Do you have to like it comes out of the plumbing of the toilet? Or I've never
No,
seen a bidet, so
it
I
has
have no
to go
fucking
through its
idea.
own plumbing.
Oh, okay. So separate plumbing.
Well, you have to. I'm not a plumber. I'm not a guy that
don't
installs it, but it's like very much a pain in the ass. And then when I'm walking around, I have my own thing that
Like a portable.
it's not a portable bidet. It's a wand kind of thing that they use for arthritic people,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so they can help you, wipe what
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Losing the
I would cry over how terrible of a fucking premise that is.
No, it gets even worse because then I was losing the producers, and then I just looked into this actress's eyes. I was like, I gotta think of something or it's gonna be over, and I just called her a retard. And everyone in that room just went like, "What happened?" Like they went
They
from
didn't
their
laugh?
Well, they went from their phones or their
I feel
watch.
like ABC probably isn't into the word rage.
No, they are not interested.
But
in me.
they are into
They were
getting crippled
shocked.
people to fake cry when an able-bodied person takes their spot.
They were shocked, okay, and then I can't walk away. I called this woman a retard. It's like dropping a racial slur. You said it. You gotta either own it or the awkwardness is
You
gonna
walk
get worse.
back and you pretend.
Yeah. And she was like, "No, I'm not retarded." And then I was like, "You see that sign over there? It says handicap parking. The last time I checked, retards can't read." And the whole room just went, "Oh my God."
That's funny.
And then they were just throwing her lines to try to roast me. And then once that happened, it was like an old boxer getting back into a ring.
Yeah,
And
you
it was
ride
like,
their wave.
"No, girl." Like
Yeah.
I was just attacking her the whole way through. And then I was like, "Yeah, that actress was pissed off."
Really?
Yeah, she did not like that.
She didn't have a sense of
She
humor.
was mad because I called her a retard, and I probably blew the role for her because she was
Did
just getting.
ya?
I don't know, but she did not say hi to me or bye when it was over. She did not. She's just like,
This is not what they taught me in acting school.
Yeah, how dare a man with no arms make fun of me and call me names and walked out.
The whole thing is
boy.
strange.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
So I'm not gonna be on Ellen.
Damn it. You could still. You got to just do something.
You have to learn
Actually,
a song with your
get a
mom.
cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Get a little cousin who's like 3 and teach him how to sing opera. Or some
I know.
shit.
I can't do Ellen. I don't know. I want to do Ellen, but I feel like I would be too. I'm not like the awkwardness that I would put in there. It'd just be ugh.
Yeah, but Ellen's a
feel it.
comedian. Like Ellen's a stand-up comic.
Oh no, I know Ellen would get it. I know Ellen would get it.
Maybe your Disney ass audience wouldn't.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
Disney ass audience would not.
Yeah. That's some ABC. shit.
Yeah, that or whatever. It was fine.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for
thank you
coming
so
on, man.
much, guys. Make sure to watch Hand Jobs. Follow Chris at Chris Posts. Thank you so much for listening to Guys We Fuck, the anti-slut shaming podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.
I'm in a rut, a drought, gasping for relief. When will it finally be my turn to breathe so easily? You pick again the bitter taste of blood. Some days it still tastes so sweet. Karma won't turn the other cheek. Are you aware? You put the cross on me to bear. My heart a gilded cage from which I will escape. I won't accept the silence. Your words like puppet strings, but you won't clip these wings. The truth is on the horizon. Separating from the image I present. Who knows where she went? Rebuild what I have left. Say his name goes to haunt my dreams.
Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that enables you to improve your mental health from anywhere and anytime. Get matched with a licensed therapist from over 2,000 choices and message them whenever you need to. No commutes, no judgments. For a special offer for our listeners, visit Talkspace.com/GWF and use code GWF to get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. Talkspace, it's therapy for how we live today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's the thing. Like a bidet in someone's home is fine, but anytime there's like a bidet in a public setting, it freaks me out because I'm like, that poop is going somewhere. And
Well,
I
isn't it
don't-
going in? Does a bidet have like a bowl or like a toilet?
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. I mean, and sometimes, sometimes you can have a bidet in the actual, like there's like just a jet in the actual, a regular toilet, like a insert one, and then sometimes it's a whole separate thing, like in Europe or in the UK. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
that's what
I've
I've
seen
seen
it two different
pictures of
ways
those.
because there's like a
You want to do it separate.
Right.
I was like, there are Japanese like installments though that I've seen on American toilets that are just attachments that have several features. One of which is a bidet, kind of like feature.
Yeah, I would want a separate one.
Yeah, right. I would think.
There's nothing more awkward than you've just pooped and then water squirts back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
It's
the
like, oh
yeah.
no.
You need another thing.
I
You
need
another bowl.
thing because then it's like.
Well, the worst is when you poop and then it splashes back on you.
Yep, splashes back on you. That happens to me all the time.
I mean, that's just like anyone
That's
with a
life.
butthole. That's just life, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't feel like that's because of your disability.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
No, I take really long shits and
how long?
no, I just eat like crap all the time.
Oh.
I eat so much crap. Like I've eaten Taco Bell, Burger King, White Castle craving boxes.
I mean,
Craving box?
I've
What's
eaten
that?
all these
The
things
30
too, just
sandwiches
not on
one.
the regular.
Yeah, but like I can eat that for days and then
Wow, you're
like,
thin,
Yeah.
so you don't gain weight. Like you don't. It doesn't affect your metabolism.
I have a very fast metabolism
Yeah.
apparently because I'm just like
Some people got ironclad stomachs, man.
I've put what was it? I've done some horrible things to my stomach that literally I don't even know why. I abuse my stomach out of any organ because I'm like, let's have a milkshake, then Oreo cookies, then 30 White Castle burgers.
30?
Yeah.
Chris, you ate 30.
Yeah.
That's wow. Your metabolism's good.
Do you work out?
No.
Because I was
Wow.
like, but also your skin is good, which is
Yeah.
weird because it's even if you're thin, usually like the toxins
shitty,
would
yeah.
fuck up your skin.
Yeah, it does
Oh
not
no,
show.
I trust me, I get
shows
pimples.
in your ass
I
hole.
get pimples.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm also
But I
like,
can just tell looking at your skin overall.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like it's good quality.
okay.
Yeah, it looks. You have nice skin. So
Put
Man.
the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
Oh, thanks
it was
for
really
having me.
fucking funny and interesting, and I appreciate being open. And where
Yeah.
can we find you online? What do you want to promote? Take it away. Whatever you want to say.
We have I have my hand jobs the season finale at the Creek in the Cave at December 20th.
December
At
20th.
8 p.m.
8
And
p.m.
then
And that's where you're going to be airing this helicopter episode?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
my
that's the
God.
Creek in the Cave. It's in Long Island City.
Yep.
Great venue. Great fucking venue.
and you can follow me. You can follow the show at Handjob Series on Instagram and Twitter, and then you can follow me at Crest Posts, which is my last name, and then just STS added to it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also found out while I was walking over here, you guys have a hand surgeon down the street,
Yes, we do.
and I took a picture of
That's
it.
kind of funny.
'Cause I was like,
Yeah, on 34th at NYU.
crippled no more.
Yeah.
This is the last day.
Chris gonna get hands. We got to interview him before he gets hands.
Like I did a podcast and then I got hands. I'm a new man.
Yeah.
I'm calling this guy like crazy now, and I'm like, please do my show.
Oh
Please.
yeah. Oh my God, you have to do something.
I
with
have to have him on.
him. Yeah, you have to do something with them. That's amazing. This
gonna
show
be
sounds
great.
fucking funny.
Thanks.
I'm excited to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Wait, last question. Have you ever that's a good question though. Like I mean technology is kind of crazy. Have you ever thought of like getting a robotic arm?
Yeah, but I'm not mature enough. I don't
You're not
like them.
mature enough for a
Mature?
robotic arm?
I don't
Because
want.
you would do more pranks with the
I
robotic
would
arm?
do way more creepy shit with a robotic. If
so
I
you're
knew,
keeping yourself more disabled because you're too immature to handle a hand
yes.
at this point?
Do you understand what I would do as a gag? Like I would choke people, and I'd be
Oh,
like,
wait,
"No,
that's
my arm is
fu-
not. My
yeah,
arm."
but Chris, it's not.
Let her
Choking is not like
go.
LOL. Like yeah,
Yeah.
but if she's in on it and then you make people,
Yeah, but I'm like, let her go. I swear to God, I'm not into this. This
Okay,
is-
but I
my
feel
arm
like-
is going
is
Is
crazy.
that really why you haven't considered it?
Or I'll just shake a baby and be like, no, this is not me. This is my arm.
That's just your comedic mind going to really funny, wild places that you wouldn't actually do. You really think you
I
would?
I wouldn't do crazy stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
would do stupider stuff. Like I would just drop plates on purpose, be like, oops, it's my arms, they're robotic. Still
I just
getting-
feel like if there's like a producer listening and like he or she wants to, finance like some kind of a docu-series like Chris's first week with arms, but they're going to
That's
pay
fucking hilarious.
They're going to pay for the arms, but then they have to chronicle your first, week,
Yeah.
month, year
And
with
see how many pranks you
with
pull.
arms.
I
and
would-
just like, using arms.
It would be.
mean, you'd have to get used to that all over.
You'd have to crowbar me away from them because it would just be what other stupid, retarded gag I could do.
Yeah.
You know, if I had hooks, it would be even worse because I'd just be like,
I don't want you around kids with hooks.
just-
I feel like you'd
just
really
hook
tease
everyone
'em.
away. Be like, no,
Yeah.
I go in front of you.
I mean,
And just
who really has a hook anymore?
but it's still
Some
like
people do, I
would
guess.
dress up like the guy
Pirate.
from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
That creepy guy.
Yeah.
I would do that. I'd be like, you ran me over, and then I'd just do
Yeah, but that's
all
fun.
stupid.
And then it's like, oh, that's Chris. He's got hooks, but he's hilarious with them.
Yeah, but I'd also, I've auditioned for a role of a disabled person. I didn't get it.
Oh, that's
So yeah, you're looking at the only person that couldn't get it.
no, that's not true, right?
That is true.
Really.
Wait, did a
You know that for
non-disabled
fact?
person get it? Did an
Oh,
able-bodied person?
I hope
I
an
was in a
able-bodied person
room
get it.
with a ton of cripples and like beautiful like actresses,
Oh God.
and it was at ABC on the West End.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And
By the pier.
it was a friend of mine. She was like, "Hey, they're doing this candid camera." Well, I don't know if it was the candid camera show.
Chris.
What's the
Why do they need cripples for their candid camera show?
Because they wanted to do a scene where a woman takes a handicapped parking space, and then I'm like, I'm supposed to be like, can I please have my spot? And then the
Oh,
girl's
that's
like,
not funny.
oh, yeah, that's the point. And it's just like, I went in there, and then they were like, okay, you have to cry for the scene. Let's see what happens, and go.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wait,
and-
was this like what would you do? Or
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay. And so they have to see if like anyone is like a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And like
Yeah.
reacts.
I mean, I like that show, but that just sounds rude.
Oh, I made it even awkward. I made it even more awkward than what it was.
Good.
I just love that
I
they
don't
had
doubt
a
that you did.
number of cripples in the like. How many
There's a guy
disabled
with
people are
cerebral palsy.
pursuing the
Yeah.
entertainment business?
There's a lot of cripples in the acting.
That's crazy
There's
though.
comics with
And
cerebral palsy.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of cripples that want to make it in
But
the
that's what I'm
business.
saying. I'm like this is
You know, Peter Dinklage did it. So if Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage did it,
right. But I'm talking about like armless.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
Like, but
legless.
just realize how many armless roles are there?
and
There's not a lot, you know.
Do you
I
feel-
get it. I get it.
I don't
You're
want
not. You're not gonna cast me as the star quarterback. I get it. All right.
but I would love that.
Yeah,
though.
that'd
yeah,
be
I
amazing.
would do it
And I
in
think
a
that's the next
heartbeat
thing,
as
of
a
course.
gag.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
right now we do colorblind casting, but then I think it's like when are we gonna do it like
able body caster,
Oh
whatever.
God,
just anything
no.
goes. Anything goes.
No, I don't want that.
See, well, you're being a part of this world.
That's pandering.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
stupid pandering.
So you're only gonna go in for cripple roles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in for cripple roles as a gag, and then I'm just gonna do way
So
more.
wait, you don't even want the role.
Do you want to roll, Chris?
Are we making the world a better place or not?
I don't know. I'm doing it as a gag. I'm literally. That's the thing with me is like I'm gonna do anything that's funny.
Yeah.
So it's like you try to put me in a situation that it's like I need you to cry for a handicap space. I'm gonna be like I don't know how to do that because I'm a person.
Yeah, that's
So
yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Is that what you said to him?
No, I literally was like, okay, and then I tried, and I can't cry on command. So, and I was losing the.
I would cry for how terrible of a fucking premise that is.
No, it gets even worse because then I was losing the producers, and then I just looked into this actress's eyes. I was like, I gotta think of something, or it's gonna be over. And I just called her a retard, and everyone in that room just went like, "What happened?" Like they went
They
from
didn't
their
laugh?
Well, they went from their phones or their
I feel
watch.
like ABC probably isn't into the word rage.
No, they are not interested.
But
in me.
they are into
They were
getting crippled
shocked.
people to fake cry when an able-bodied person takes their spot.
They were shocked, okay, and then I can't walk away. I called this woman a retard. It's like dropping a racial slur. You said it. You gotta either own it or the awkwardness is
You
gonna
walk
get worse.
back and you pretend.
Yeah. And she was like, no, I'm not retarded. And then I was like, you see that sign over there? It says handicap parking. The last time I checked, retards can't read. And the whole room just went, oh my God.
That's funny.
And then they were just throwing her lines to try to roast me. And then once that happened, it was like an old boxer getting back into a ring.
Yeah,
And
you
it was
ride
like,
their wave.
no, girl. Like,
Yeah.
I was just attacking her the whole way through. And then I was like, yeah, that actress was pissed off.
Really?
Yeah, she did not like that.
She didn't have a sense of
She
humor.
was mad because I called her a retard, and I probably blew the role for her because she was just
Did
getting.
ya?
I don't know. But she did not say hi to me or bye when it was over. She did not. She's just like,
This is not what they taught me in acting school.
yeah, how dare a man with no arms make fun of me and call me names and walked out.
The whole thing is
boy.
strange.
Wow.
I don't know.
So I'm not going to be on Ellen.
Damn it. You could still. You got to just do something.
You have to learn a
Actually,
song with your
get a
mom.
cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Get a
can't.
little cousin who's like 3 and teach him how to sing opera or some
I know.
shit.
I can't do Ellen. I don't know. I want to do Ellen, but I feel like I would be too. I'm not. Like the awkwardness that I would put in there, it'd just be, ugh.
Yeah, but if Ellen's a
feel it.
comedian. Like, Ellen's a stand-up comic.
Oh,
Of
no,
course
I know
she'll
Ellen would
appreciate
get it. I know Ellen would get it.
Maybe your Disney-ass audience wouldn't?
Yeah, her
Yeah.
Disney-ass audience would not.
Yeah. That's a maybe see.
Yeah, that or, whatever. It was fine.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for
thank you
coming
so
on,
much, guys. Make sure to watch Hand Jobs. Follow Chris at Chris Posts. Thank you so much for listening to Guys We Fuck, the anti-slut shaming podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.
I'm in a red drought, gasping for relief. When will it finally be my turn to breathe so easily? You pick again the bitter taste of blood. Some days it still tastes so sweet. Karma won't turn the other cheek. Are you aware? You put the cross on me to bear. My heart a gilded cage from which I will escape. I won't accept the silence. Your words like puppet strings, but you won't clip these wings. The truth is on the horizon. Separating from the image I present. Who knows where she went? Rebuild what I have left. Say his name goes to haunts my dreams.
Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that enables you to improve your mental health from anywhere and anytime. Get matched with a licensed therapist from over 2,000 choices and message them whenever you need to. No commutes, no judgments. For a special offer for our listeners, visit Talkspace.com/GWF and use code GWF to get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. Talkspace, it's therapy for how we live today.